All right. Also,
It's,
I volunteer to do the recap.
It
Okay.
sounds so
Wow.
ominous
Alright.
when you volunteer.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
For
Kind of
real.
scary.
I'm doing a normal ass recap. It's fine.
Why
Oh
does
my
that
god.
sound so not normal?
It's normal. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Jesus Christ.
Well, we're not
Okay.
worried. Go ahead.
Okay.
Give us the recap.
All right. So last time, the train
Oh, this
stopped
sounds sus.
and we all got off at to take a little walk break at a Dermson Split train stop. We didn't get to go into town, but yeah, so the party split up for a bit. Hako just stood there, dissociated a few feet from the train. Um, Merlin, Oberon, and possibly Avani and Sanmei went into the train station stop. The man over the counter in the train station stop, after a bit of digging, said something about something that may be snatching up livestock and possibly humans in the area. So an adventuring party was hired, but has not been heard from since. And Merlin insinuated that the adventuring party basically took the payment and ran off. And then Merlin harassed an old man who was sitting in the train stop, and the old man was hard of hearing, and he was yelling about some sheep getting snatched. And meanwhile, Oberon wandered out to stretch his wings, and while flying around, acknowledged a bunch of kids gaping at him from the ground, and invented finger guns in the coil. But he calls them finger bolts because they look like crossbow bolts and the trigger release, and he will be trying to make it a thing in the coil from now on. And let me see. He flew down and talked with Kevin to a falconer named Talia Umbride, who was also a passenger on the train. Talia was not impressed by Oberon. And then, what is it? Oberon flew around with Avani to scout the area, and to the behind the train station in the little wood area, it seems they found some bones, and then ran into a little harpy, who was then joined by even more harpies, and then 3 huge lesbian mom harpies. So, what is it? Oberon, Avani, Same, Kevin, and Mur were all kind of surrounded by the harpies. Oberon was very scared, but also kind of horny. And then so, let me see. Avani used some of the sleepy time honey from the laurels to put some of the smaller harpies to sleep. And Oberon got McFrickin downed. Merlin said, "Fuck this shit," and betrayed the party and ran back to the train. And I guess Hako was the only one to see her do this. And this Merlin's just running back to the train, yelling at the party to get back on the train. And Oberon, feeling the vibes of betrayal through the ether of the coil, almost died with a nat 1 on his first death save roll. But his dear beloved Kevin Sunbeam healed him with 3rd level healing words. And then Same promptly threw Oberon out of range of the harpies, and Oberon ate some grass. Kevin broke a window on the in the train station building, crawled through to get some cover. Meanwhile, Merlin uses her swag new ring on the train to grab a piece of it from the kitchen and float it over the harpies to try and distract them. And I believe Avani shot some arrows to try and entice the harpies with some scent. It did not work as well as expected, however. But Avani also did the heroic things and tranked, I believe, one of the smaller harpies going after the kids. Good for you, Avani. Meanwhile, Oberon, near dead, bleeding out, eating some grass, crawled around the building and saw a harpy attacking his dear beloved Hako, and so killed the harpy with a lightning bolt. Then basically asked after Hako's well-being while basically like bleeding out on a bunch of stuck wood pile. So Hako, in a generous act of compassion, kills Oberon and basically supports him to get him back on the train, which is actually slowly starting to move. Meanwhile, Same crawled into the train station building with Kevin. Kevin gets on all fours. Same straddles him. Kevin, using his magic boots, becomes a magnificent stallion and transforms into his Kevin the Stallion form. And they jump out, epic style, of one of the windows on the side of the train station building. Yeah, mounted. Meanwhile, Merlin on the train uses face step as the train starts to move and goes into the woods, where the downed harpy, lit up brightly by Oberon's lightning bolt, grabs the corpse and face steps back onto the train. Meanwhile, the train's chugging along, starting to pick up speed. So Kevin the Stallion with Samme and Avani also jumps up on his back, I think, and basically is trying to get on the train, which is now starting to pick up a lot of speed. And so Oberon calls out words of encouragement to his beloved Kevin Samvenim, and Hako looks at Oberon like he's insane because Oberon's calling a horse Kevin. And Kevin does an epic jump onto the back of the train, Magnificent Seven theme playing in the background, and the entire team makes it back onto the train just in time as the mommy harpy starts attacking the back of the train. But basically we close the door on the cart, so she can't get in, and the train basically picks up speed and leaves behind the lesbian mom harpy, who is very angry about a lot of her dead kids. So basically, the exact moment where we stopped off last episode is Merlin with a corpse of a glowing small harpy, Samme and Avani demounting Kevin the Stallion, Oberon beat up to shit and giving heart eyes at a horse, and possibly in Hako's arms, question mark, Hako very confused at Oberon's heart eyes at a horse, and also ready to throw hands at Mer for possibly semi-betraying the party. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're picking up from.
What a normal place to pick up from.
Yeah.
Just, regular, everyday session of the coil last time, guys. What can I say?
Yeah, just an ordinary session.
Avani did, correction. Avani did not do any mounting on Kevin the Stallion.
Great. I'm glad that Avani wanted to clear her name.
Yeah. Avani was only held like a balloon at one point, but
Oh, you're right. Avani was airborne.
That's right.
Yeah.
Grabbed onto Avani and basically dragged Avani like a floating balloon onto the train.
You were ankle hanger honors. I see.
Yeah.
Right.
She was not a participant.
Avani wants to make sure the record's straight. I did not mount that horse. I didn't get on that fucking animal.
I was clean, y'all.
I won't be part of this Kevin mounting session. I will not participate. Great. Yeah, you guys, that's basically a very thorough explanation. Thank you very much. Is there anything Oberon might have missed? Anything people want to add? Otherwise, we can get back on the train.
Nah, I think that was comprehensive.
Very comprehensive. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let's get us situated back onto our sort of like train scene here. You guys are not in this cart. Let me move you guys because I think you're in another cart because you just got on this fucking thing. Oh my god, the lag is immense. So you guys get onto the back caboose of the train, which is gonna be here. And I'll move that so you can see it and you're not in the dark. But as soon as you sort of like step onto the train, let me move this caboose so you can see. Oh my god. Owlbears. I don't know why. They know it's like Sunday, Saturday is like the most busy day, but they're like, whatever, we're not gonna bother fixing anything about it. So you guys like sort of puddle into this like room. You see a couple of guests like ahead of you that are obviously a little bit shooketh as well. You see Merlin, who's like cradling the harpy body. She goes eep, and then she drops it, and then she scuttles off. And she, before you can see where she's going, she darts off further into the train. You're alive. You've survived this encounter. Kevin, are you dehorsed already, or are you still an animal?
I'm Horsed.
He slowly animorphs back into Kevin.
Dehorsed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're Kevin.
Okay.
This has happened. What do you want to do?
I'm sorry, but the very first thing Oberon will do is rush up to Kevin and be like, Kevin Sunbeam, thank you so much for saving my life, and gives him a non-homoerotic, perfectly normal European lips-on-lips football kiss.
Oh my god.
This happens.
This happens. Yeah, it's
This happens.
Okay, I'm trying to refrain from making this into another sex horror story. Okay.
Don't worry, it didn't last that long. It was like a solid.
it's a European kiss of gratitude, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have control over my token. I can't move away. No.
You don't have
In the meantime, if they're standing over the harpy, can I like get down on all fours and crawl between the kissing guys? I need to look at the body.
Sunray's like, I don't give a shit about these guys. I need to look at this dead animal. Yeah. You take a look at the harpy. This is one of the smaller ones that Mare has dragged over. How did you guys kill this one again? I don't remember.
It was killed by Oberon's lightning bolt.
Right.
Crossbow bolt.
Ah, okay.
And so it lit the fuck up. So
It's
I
still
retrieved
shining.
my crossbow bolt.
Yes.
Yeah, I retrieved my bolt after the kiss of gratitude.
Okay. Yeah. So after your big wet European thank you smooch, you remove the arrow out of this
No
body.
tongue. This is
Sorry.
platonic lips.
Sorry. Platonic thank you smooch. You remove the arrow as Sanmei is investigating this smaller harpy body. Even after you remove the arrow, it's like faintly glowing, though you can see that the magic that has caused it to light up is like starting to fade as the seconds pass by. What do you want to examine about it, Sanmei?
I guess, is there anything that seems particularly unusual about this body? Or, or if it just seems like a regular harpy, then in that case, is there anything that would be of some market value?
Okay, make me, I don't know, you can do medicine if you want to see for anything unusual, or you can do nature if you want to do the market value. How much do harpy body parts sell for?
Yeah, right. I'm gonna ask if Hako and Avani want to get some mileage on this. I'm not sure if the guys have finished kissing.
If we're done smooching.
It was a solid like 3 seconds. It was
Okay.
Right.
Then I assume y'all done. Please, we can examine this together.
You done, boys?
Okay.
Okay. Sure. I guess we can roll something. What are we rolling?
It's medicine to find out if there's anything strange about it, and nature, I believe, for anything that can be resold.
Correct. Or anything about harpies in general. So, make sure you
Can anybody roll?
anybody, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
We
in
can-
here in the room with
anybody can
you.
roll.
I'm
Wasn't
getting
nature
my
and
bolt
what?
back.
Okay,
Nature-
I'll roll nature. I
Nature
guess.
or medicine. So you can pick one.
I'll pick medicine.
I forgot my
19.
list
Well,
of
my
weapons.
nature is
That
higher.
his name.
Oh,
I see
mega
general.
slay.
Slay.
Ooh,
Okay,
hold on.
16. Wow, you
Slay.
guys good rolls this morning. Wow.
I rolled bad rolls.
Let's
before the game.
start with the people who rolled nature checks. So that'll be Avani, Oberon, and Sanmei and Kevin. So you guys all kind of can tell you're about the same range. You guys can tell that the harpy's body is like pretty well intact. If you were to sell it for parts, I think particularly Avani would know that in this area of the coil, especially in Lower Orchard, harpies are pretty common to see around. If anything, people will probably use their talons as like to fashion daggers out of, or to fashion like spearheads out of. There's also the tendency for people to use harpy feathers, especially their pin feathers, for writing instruments. Some of you may know. So you think because of like how this harpy died, a lot of the like parts are not so messed up, I guess, that you could fetch like a great probably like 20-ish gold if you were to somehow preserve it from here to the next larger settlement. I think the next one is not big enough. It needs to be the city after. If you're
Okay.
thinking to get off the train. Pretty sure the
Okay.
next one is but if you can preserve it, the body, for like, I would say like 2 more days, 3 more days, you guys are about
Alright.
a little halfway to your
Mm.
destination. So that I
Alright.
said that would take like a week, right? Yeah, Kriegut's Seat, which is the next closest like stop off point, you probably wouldn't be able to make it, but Halberdoon is right after that. So
Okay. Do things rot in the bag of holding?
I think they don't.
Okay, so if we can at least partition this in a way that, you know, all the stuff that is unsellable, we get rid of it, and the parts that are valuable, we keep it. I think that could reduce the weight by quite a bit. Like all the fat and all this stuff that like doesn't need to be sold. If the
Do
important
people
things are
eat
just
harpy?
the talents.
I think
Uh,
people eat harpy if they're
it's-
incredibly desperate, but the meat
Yeah,
is not.
is consumption of a demi-human creature like ethical in the coil?
The line is kind of blurry. Some places are more amenable to it than others. Generally, though,
Right.
harpies are a little like the meat is not good and it's not easy
Like it's
hunting.
gamey?
It's a little
Yeah.
stringy. They use a lot of
Yeah,
musculature as harpies, so I don't think
Yeah.
the meat would fetch for too much, unfortunately.
There's like a
Oh
good
no, I
amount
mean
of
if we're if we're
Uh-huh.
separating the stuff that's valuable, then the rest is basically meat, right? So I was asking, what are we gonna do
Yeah,
with the rest
I
of the meat?
mean, if anything, it's biodegradable. So you know.
Please don't throw it out the window. I'm begging you not to throw
Oh,
harpy
because
meat
I
out
was
the
I was
window.
I was totally going to do that,
I
but
know
I
you
suppose
were, which
we-
is why I said please don't. Please.
Alright.
So no.
But it's just gonna fall into the fields and like go back to nature.
After smacking someone in the face.
After smacking that kid in the face. Yeah.
The kid.
That would kill the
Uh,
kid. Holy.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
okay.
velocity.
Yeah, but like maybe perhaps we could just separate the talons if those are like the only valuable part of the creature,
The
which
feathers,
is like
the talons and the feathers. Yeah.
feathers and the talons. Yeah, like a big ass chicken.
As you guys
Well,
are discussing the butchering of this demi-human creature, Hako, your medicine check, was it 18 total? You're seeing where the arrow went into this harpy to like end its life, and the nature of the lightning bolt, like at this point the guiding bolt effect has faded, but I don't know if Hako has seen it personally before. Someone here has, though, and is kind of familiar with the patterning that has sort of like bloomed on this harpy's skin, kind of like a lightning scar. Looks a little bit like some like a tree branching off into little parts. So you see that sort of scar, Hako. You also note there's a weird smell, like not like this is a dead creature and should smell weird, but like there's a weird smell sort of near the harpy's mouth. Like it's not been dead long enough for you to assume it's immediately rotting, right? It smells a little sweet and a little sour. And it's only because you're doing like the medicine check that you're like, this is the weird, why does it, what am I picking up? And you also notice like some scratches in like around the back of its ears, and the scratches kind of look like it was scratched by its own talons, maybe. But yeah, that's what you notice with the harpy.
That sounds weird.
can Oberon pipe up and be like, "Well, this was an excellent fetch, and then Oberon looks around and is like, "Wait, where's Merlin?"
Oh,
Merlin's vanished.
can Avani point out the? I guess we can all see this lightning scar now.
Yeah,
Can
you
we
can all see
the
it.
lightning scar? Oh, she'll be like, "What's that? Where have we seen? Wait, where have we seen this before?"
Lightning
I don't know.
star.
I haven't seen anything like this. Yeah. Looks like a scar. I'm looking around at. Can I? I'm looking around at all the other party members. I'm like, I don't know. Looks like a scar, but I don't know. Is it?
Can we
Are we
also
allowed to make? Are we allowed to make insight checks on other party members?
What are you inciting from your party members?
Oh, if anybody. Oh no!
Oh my god!
Hey, has anybody here been struck by lightning before? Is this a
the-
normal occurrence?
The man in question was asleep. Oh my god!
Sorry, I did kind of like.
Oh my god!
Sorry.
Legitimately thought he was just being mysterious, but no,
Oh my
Charles
God.
is asleep.
My bad.
Oh my god! Yeah. So where the harpy was shot, Charles, there is a scar very familiar to you because it looks a lot like your own. It looks like the leftovers of a lightning scar. Maybe because of the arrow that Oberon shot. And Avani has just gone. Where have we seen this scar before? Pointing at lightning scar on the harpy.
Where is Kevin's scar? Because like, we've seen him without clothes in various positions before. So like,
You've definitely seen it.
Oh,
You guys definitely seen that.
We have seen it at some point.
Yeah.
We don't know- Nobody can remember exactly where or when, but
I think
At
that's.
the most,
I think that's.
Oberon would have remembered him.
No. I think that does
There.
strike you as strange. That like, I think for almost all of you, you're like, I've seen this somewhere before. And Kevin, I think you're the only one with a very concrete idea because it's on your own body. But for everybody else, not just like as jokes, but you kind of struggle to piece together like, no, we know someone who has this. We just, who the fuck, like pointing at each other like, none of you, right? And it sort of like strikes you as like, where have I seen this? And as hard as you try, you can't grasp where. But Kevin, you know, if you would like to pipe up, but you don't have to.
Kevin just assumes that everyone's talking about someone else. It's like,
God.
also like can't be talking about him. This is kind of like, yeah.
Kevin has
It's like
forgotten
something
that
quiet.
everybody here has seen him butt-ass naked,
Yeah.
removing it from
I'm
his
like,
own memory for his own protection.
They all have somebody with lightning scars, huh? Interesting.
oh my god!
it's like such a bizarre coincidence.
oh my god.
Oh my
Well, you know.
Kevin. You know,
Kevin, please.
sometimes I think this is a Kevin problem and not a Kevin is cursed problem. I think some of this is his
It's
own
just a
doing.
Kevin problem. Oh my god. Well, I mean, if nobody can remember, yeah. Well, if nobody can remember who was struck by lightning, can we check the other points then? It's just like, okay, well, scar seems familiar, but it's just like a regular lightning scar thing. But what about the thing by the harpy's beak? Right, the juice.
And the clawing behind the ears.
Yeah. The juice. It does smell weird. If you would all like to, you can make me. Yeah, you can make me an investigation check, or you can make me a medicine check. If you do medicine, I will give you advantage. I think. Who would know this?
Okay.
No, you guys can all try. That's fine. That's okay.
All right.
I'm assuming Hako points it out to let you know.
Medicine or a what?
Medicine or investigation?
Nature. Investigation, huh?
Investigation, not
You
nature.
said medicine has
Medicine and
has
investigation. Medicine's
and-
advantage.
And medicine is advantage, yeah.
Anyone want a
Well,
guidance before y'all roll?
Sure.
I have
Maybe
I
guide
don't need
whoever
that.
is doing the investigation roll.
Avani?
Okay,
Guide
I'll
whoever
roll
has
investigation.
Because
Yeah,
I
I'll
think we
slap
have
one.
I think we have like less int than wisdom in this party.
That's why I'm like, you can try a different one.
Oh,
Oh, there
slay.
you go. Slay.
Play
Slay.
Slay.
D4.
Okay.
Do I
Nope,
roll the
what do you-
guidance anyway?
Yeah, roll
I
it
want to roll
anyway.
for fun.
Oh, nice.
14 here.
Not bad, not bad.
13.
Okay, okay.
Ooh, nice.
You guys rolling real
So
good
you got
today.
23.
Yeah, keep it up.
Just to make up for last time.
Yeah, last time was kind of
I don't think it
rough
was even
city.
that we were rolling bad. It was our DM was rolling like crazy.
Yeah, I think I rolled like
That's
5
true.
nat 20s that time, which was like probably the
yes.
worst time to roll nat 20s. Yeah, I think everybody who rolled like a 15 or above, this smells kind of like soured custard. Like it's like a soured pastry. Which, why are harpies eating custard? And then I will say for Avani especially, you're from the area. You're familiar with like the flora and fauna and forageables. You recall that at first you're like, oh, it's custard. It's some weird pastry cream that these harpies are eating. And then you remember, no, there's actually a kind of fruit that grows in like super tall mountains. Like and you only know this cuz you lived on like a mountain village, right? But like this fruit, people warn their kids about it because they're like they know it causes mania if you are to eat it, and people are kind of attracted to it because it does kind of look like a cream puff like growing out of a bush. A lot of people call it like maiden's pastry, because like there's a story that there was a maiden from a village, and she had fallen for a traveler who was staying at the tavern, but the traveler clearly was not going to settle down, right? But he did end up, trying to like indulging in the fact that the maiden was into him, with no plans of settling down and like making her happy permanently. And she caught him bragging about this to his friends the night before he was set to leave without telling her. And so she spent the night making something which was quite close to maiden's pastry, which she then fed to the traveler, which drove him mad. It sort of removed all sense from his mind and made him crazy, so that she was like, oh, I just have to take care of him. He would have wanted this. And so that's sort of like the folk tale around maiden's pastry. It's not very common to any other part of the coil. I think it's that you guys know of at least. But the sort of mountain high top communities of Lower Orchard, that's where they'll grow.
I share this information with the group.
So
Folk
these
story and all.
harpies- Yeah, so it seems like these harpies might have eaten this.
And gone crazy.
Right.
Berserk, maybe.
Right. Maybe that explains why they're so hyper aggressive. And I mean, them showing up near a tiny village is like that was pretty unusual for a village of that size in this part of the world, right? I mean, I'm not familiar. I'm not from here.
Yes. I think generally, especially you guys are not in like a super high mountain range right now. You're sort of in like the valley outside of the anthracites.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly lowlands, but it's not like where harpies usually
Right.
stay.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense.
Okay. So they. I wonder what made them come all the way down here. Is what a question.
Good question.
Well, I knew it. I knew deep down that these harpies were but just the victim of nature's cruelty itself. And Oberon's taken out like a piece of like traveling charcoal kit and what is it, like a little notebook or something. He's writing some shit. Man's cooking something. Oh, by the way,
Tale?
where the hell? Where's Merlin? I have not seen her around. Where'd she go?
Ran off like a guilty Ace Attorney suspect.
Does it matter?
For real.
Wait, guilty? What do you mean guilty? I was out for most of whatever the fight happened. Did Merlin do something?
We just download information to Oberon's brain. Just like, okay, this is kind of, I mean, I think she might have thought that the best course of action was to get on the train and leave the village be, right? But she didn't tell me or Kevin or you when we were at the northern part
She's
of
going
the
to
village.
leave you guys.
Yeah. I don't know if she told Haku.
What?
I saw it happen.
Yeah, because, like, she left, but we were also stuck up north, right? So there was no way we could follow her.
I told her you guys are occupied.
Yeah. We were trying very hard not to die, yes.
Oberon does the jaw drop emoji and then basically falls silent. He's pondering this.
Avani
Betrayal.
slowly nods.
This act of betrayal from
So
fellow
honestly,
companion.
if she wants to run off, let her.
I mean, her other option is jumping off the train, right? Which, I mean, most likely probably wouldn't do that because it's dirty.
I don't know about you guys, but
I
don't
Oberon's.
care.
Oh man, no. Oberon, he cares. You can. He's pondering this. He's got a kind of like a look you probably haven't seen before, where he's actually seriously thinking about something and is very bothered by it.
Okay.
Seriously thinking.
I mean, well,
Yeah.
we can
He's
approach
troubled.
her once we find her, if anything. I think that's still
Mhm.
important. I suppose we can go try to look for her, but she's very good at hiding when she wants to be hidden.
Well, I think the next time we run into her, I would like to talk to her about this. Maybe it's just a misunderstanding, or
Yeah,
I don't know. There was a greater plan at hand. I'm not sure, but this is disturbing news.
well, to her credit, it wasn't like she did nothing after coming back to the train. But maybe we should go look through the cabins or see what else we can do on this vehicle in the meantime.
Yes, I think taking a rest would also be nice because I'm still.
I
very
look at Oberon. Wait, you're right. We should probably rest, especially you.
I'm
Yeah,
collapsing to
let's
this.
just get some rest for now.
All right. Yeah. Well, going off to the bunks.
Yeah, let's head to our bunkers to
little
see if.
sleepy time. A little sleepy.
Shower
time.
and sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, can we do a short or a long rest, to recover?
I think
What
Monica.
time is it now?
hopefully a long rest.
What time is it
Monica? Hello?
Oh my god, sorry. I was
Money?
muted the whole time. Fuck. I was like,
Oh.
what? Hello? Yeah,
Oh,
so
no.
so it's fine, it's fine. I enjoyed listening to that. You guys can, I think when you arrived for the break, it was like midday. Like they had just finished like breakfast service. They were doing like a lunch break to like stretch your legs. So you can take a long, I don't think you can take a long rest actually. But we
I'll go
can,
for the 4-hour, folks.
yeah, we can pass the time on the train unless there's something you want to do, but you can definitely take a
Oh.
short rest at least for now.
Is it possible for the 4-hour people?
For the 4-hour people, yeah, I'll say yes.
Okay.
You can take your long rest, but then
All right.
everyone would have to be either okay with skipping like the 4 hours without doing anything during then, or like we'll have them do a short rest and then they will do stuff while you guys are resting. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think that's okay.
Yeah.
So before I conk out, who here is in desperate need of hit points? Okay, I think Ozan is gonna march over to Oberon and just like, Oberon, you can have this, and I'll give you 20 plus 23 hit points from
Don't
Lay on Hands.
forget Kevin's Song of Rest for your hit
Oh.
die.
Kevin's lullaby.
Yeah.
Kevin's lullaby. My summon name's lullaby.
Yeah.
Bard
And,
OP for short rest.
Lullabying everyone for the long resters and the short resters.
Oh.
Oof.
And Samme's 23 hit points.
Yeah,
Oh,
just like,
wonderful.
well, I'll refresh in 4 hours, and Oberon looks like he's on his last legs, I think, with...
Yeah.
Is Kevin also on his
Just a
last
little.
legs?
Oh no!
It's okay,
The
Kevin
steed,
has
the mighty steed,
arms.
Kevin the Stallion.
Did you say Smellion?
What?
Stallion.
It's Stallion.
Smelly.
I said stallion. But also, I hate him. Let's go with that one. Yeah.
Okay, I'll move you
feels
guys
wicked.
all into
Whoa.
your little cabin, and then you can tell me who's short resting and who's long resting. Oh my god, why can't I move them?
Wait, are we allowed to long rest? I thought you said we couldn't.
Only
The
for the
4-hour
The
people can
4-hour
do it.
people can long
Oh,
rest.
yeah.
Is that just Sunmei and Hakuko? For
I think
4-hour
so.
ones
I think it's
right
just
now?
on and Hako, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone else is an 8-hour sleeper.
Correct. Yeah, move everybody. Get in your sleepy time
Short
cabins. Yeah, so Sunmei and Hako doing your long rests. Do I think everybody else is taking a short rest at least? Yeah. Yeah, as you go into your room, you see that like Merlin's stuff is still there, but she's not in there. And-
Merlin's not
and you don't see any sign of her as you sort of like walk through the cabins to get into your room. Hako's having a very unrelaxing meditation on the couch for their long rest.
Yeah.
Plus 1d6. Hold on, sorry, I'm just rolling dice for my hit point. 1d6.
time. Start Mimi time.
Man, I'm rolling like ass suddenly. Okay, I got 5 extra hit points. Actually, that brings me up to 50, so I'm good. 50 out of 52.
Oh,
is not
nice.
bad. Yeah. Actually, maybe I'll do one more hit die roll just so I can max myself out.
Before we sleep though, what is the next major stop on this map? On this route again? It's not Halberdoon yet, right? It's something else.
Yes, you have one more. It's gonna be Kriegrit's seat. I can move us to
what do
the main map.
What do we know about this place? Is it the same as like? Is it gonna be something similar to like Durm's Split, or is it like a bigger town?
It's a smaller town, actually.
Oh, even smaller. Okay.
Right. So you can see here, you guys are, let's say as you take your short rest, you're about like here.
Right.
By the time you wake up from your short rest, you'll be like basically upon Kriegrit's seat, maybe like an hour or two out. So
Right. It's kind of a small town on the fringes of a big forest kind of thing, right?
yes, it's one of the entrances into the halberd wield. The halberd wield,
Oh, okay.
I think most of you would know, and you've read a bunch about it at this point. People tell you it's like a weird, fucked up forest that like sort of dominates
Dang.
the landscape of Lower Orchard. People usually need to hire a guide to get through the forest if they're going on foot, which is why most people opt to take the train. The halberd wield is a difficult place to navigate. It's got lots of creatures that do not exist outside of the halberd wield, let alone like anywhere else in the coil. And like there's some. I'll let you guys roll to see how much more you know aside from like the very basic overview.
Okay.
What should we roll?
If you'd like to know, like, do you want to know about the halberd wield, or do you want to know about Kriegrit's seat, or is there anything specific so I know what to let you know?
I would like to know about Krieger's seat, but I don't know about everyone else.
Okay.
For me, it would be the wield itself.
Okay. You guys can give me history rolls to check.
So we're rolling for either Krager's seat or Halberton?
Halberd wield,
Halberd wheel.
or you
Which is
can
the
you can do Halberdoon if you want.
Okay.
You guys, I think, are just discussing the route at the moment, right? You're just trying to figure out like where are we going next, what's happening.
That's such a good roll with my -2.
Hey, 21 with
Yeah.
a -2. Oh wait, no, that's Avani's.
21 is somebody else.
Somebody else. 17
I
with a
wish-
-2. That's still pretty good.
That is real good.
That's good for you. Kevin's for halberd wield. Sonmei, what's your roll for? Is it for
Mine was 17.
for the halberd wield as well?
The wield as well.
Okay. So what I said before, both of you know. It's very common knowledge. I think Sonmei, you don't live here. You live like in the country next to here on the opposite side.
Yeah.
But even you, maybe you've had some guests come and they'll like sort of whisper about like, oh, I took a boating trip over across the coast, around that northern part of the Lower Orchard. Very rugged place, I think it is, but beautiful sights. The fjords are delightful. But I've heard some strange rumors about the strangeness of the lights in that area, and they're talking about from about halfway through the halberd wield and then up north of the continent. There are some really like strange like light patterns that light up the sky, and you've heard that they kind of look like. You don't get them where you are in Miori Shoals. I think you're a little too far south.
Yeah.
But people have said, you know, the halberd wield is kind of a place where the walls that like separate realms kind of thins. And there's sort of rumors that every now and again, if you fall into the wrong clearing or you walk into the wrong cave, or you sort of like pass by just like a particular tree in the halberd wield, you'll wake up and find yourself in another realm entirely similar to our own, but not quite. And then this realm is known as the Fey realm. This is a place where the magic creatures are very, very strange, even strange for like halberd wield standards. And like
Right.
time there passes differently. You don't know much about that realm exactly, but you know that halberd
Yeah.
wield might be a place where people can fall in and out
Alright.
of that realm.
Common isekai incidents happen.
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole forest is a bus waiting to like send you to the other realm. I know Avani rolled as well. History check. What is your history check for, Avani? Is it for the wield or
Probably
for the?
halberd wield as well.
Yeah, so-
we'll see for them.
I think you
I
know.
don't know if she might even have been there.
Yeah, you. I think. I don't think you were a wheeled walker yourself. You lived like I think like here, right around the mountain ranges. your village at least. So you mostly like stuck to the anthracites, which ironically enough, the incredibly like domineering rugged mountains of the Lower Orchard are the least are like one of the least dangerous places to be on Lower Orchard. Not to say that they're safe, but in comparison to the Weald, it's not that bad. So you're not a Weald walker yourself, but you have worked with them when it comes to like sort of traversing the like lesser trodden paths of the Weald when you're like hunting or like doing a job. So you know, I think most of what Sanmei knows. You've heard about, and I think you've also actually like seen the lights that those tourists have maybe talked to Sanmei about when you were like sort of trekking up north past anywhere past Halberdoon, you would be able to see them. You, I think, also know that there are pockets of villages within the Halberd Weald that like are not on maps, whether they are there because they don't want to be known by other people, you don't know. The strange thing about these villages is like they will be there one day and then I think you've gone back to like collect more supplies, like oh great, there's a like small outpost here, a couple houses, I can come back and like rest for the night. You'll come back like 2 or 3 days later, and it will not be there. There's no sign of it being there. And that maybe that's part of like how difficult it is to navigate the forest, that you maybe just are in the wrong place. But you're pretty like decent at being able to place yourself here, and even you have found like an instance or two where like the town definitely should have been here, but it wasn't. So that's something you've experienced yourself. And just stories like that, I think, circulate amongst other adventurers that you've worked with as like a ranger in this part of the world. That's what you know. And then I think that's everybody's roles? Question mark?
Anything that seems like it.
That's great. Okay, so yeah, you guys share what you know with each other about the Halberd Weald. And you're everybody taking their short rests / long rests.
Yes.
Yes. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me go back to the train. While I believe Hako and Sanmei are doing their long rests, what do the rest of you want to do?
Oberon is busy writing something
Okay.
in his like little notebook. So I think for a little bit at least he's gonna be like in the resting area in the train compartment, the sleeping train compartment.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Avani, Kevin, is there anything in particular you guys want to do? Let me know. Otherwise, we'll skip ahead to the dinner service and see what happens.
I mean, we could walk through the rest of the train and just see if anything is unusual.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
Just,
Like
scroll
our
around.
like our mystery person that was not there yesterday.
Oh. Okay. Sure. What did you say, Charles?
Oh wait.
Oh, can Kevin like join Ivani and strolling around the
Yeah.
cabins?
Of course.
Sure.
You guys doing the patrol?
Stretching leg.
Stretching
Stretching legs, taking a walk,
Yeah. You know, you had your little short
Before-
break. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
not
I have
bothering
a
the
real-
sleepers a creative process.
I have a question just for, I guess, like mechanics purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Do me and Kat have to perform every night? Is that what the deal is? I don't remember what the exact contract was for the performers.
Yeah, you guys can perform at every stop. So every like big major city, or like not major city, but like every, you know, city of note that they stop, they'll ask you to perform for that night. If it's just like a pass through night, they probably won't. And you guys are not passing through anywhere for tonight. I think you're landing at Cricket Seat, so you should be okay.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah, I mean, you can perform if you want. Like,
Yeah,
no
no,
one's stopping you from getting up on the table, you know?
I understand. I just want to know what the exact like contract was.
Yes, I think the next time you'll be asked to perform will not be this long rest, but probably the next one.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, they don't want to burn the performers out, you know.
Yeah, good to know.
Okay, so you guys want to walk through the train. I suppose you're walking in like this direction, so or are you going back to the observation car and the dining car? Because you guys are kind of in the middle at the moment.
Wanna explore where we haven't been before? Avani? Hello?
Yeah, it's okay. Sorry, no, I muted because I was like, my nose was stuffed, so I
Oh,
went to
no.
blow it and I like.
Understandable.
No, the air where I was so clean. So now the minute I'm back here in the middle of the city, like my nose starts acting up instantly.
Yeah.
Oh no. Nature gone. Back to smog.
Nature gone, back to smog.
God. Okay. I'll take you guys
Yeah.
to the next carriage. So you guys are in the first class carriage. The next one is gonna be like the seating area you were in. There's no one in there right now. And then after that is gonna be the second class carriages. So you sort of like walk into this area, and then we make these people visible. There's a guy there, and then there's oh my god, I can't see this. The love scribbles. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you walk into this place. It's it's a lot less. It's like sort of like a row of doors. Most of them are shut, but there are definitely it's like a row of doors. There's quite a few more than there are in your cabin, that's for sure. But yeah, you can go knocking on doors if you'd like. But this is the sleeping quarters for the regular class passengers.
Do we just walk past and like maybe if we see anything in the window? Do we want? I don't think we'll knock on doors, right? We can just like walk past and see if like look through the window, see if there's anybody. Glance through the window, see if there's anybody we recognize, don't recognize.
Yeah. So
Interesting that catches my eye.
give me as you're walking through, just give me a perception check.
Okay. Nope, saw nothing. Maybe you roll better.
12.
There you go.
Yeah. So I think Ivana, you're sort of like making your way through the train. You make it to the end. Kevin, you're like walking past. You don't like see or hear anything. The like 4 carriages that you're sort of walking past are like empty that you can see from the window. You do see that like within this room, it just kind of catches your eye. There's like a couple of letters strewn about. The bed is a little like shuffled about and not really made, but there's like a harp on the bed. You think there's probably another musician who's on the train.
Another musician?
Of some sort,
Yeah.
or someone who plays an instrument. But that's mostly what you
Which
see.
one?
It's a harp.
Oh no, I
Just
mean
out
which
of
one?
curiosity.
Is it the one on top or the one at the bottom?
Oh, this one.
It's this one.
Oh, okay.
Is there like a name plaque or anything? Just out of curiosity.
You're looking through the window. You'd have to like press your face against it and like give it a big old like look, and might need to ask you to squint, but yeah.
Yeah,
Do you want to do that?
sure. I'm just curious who it would be.
Yeah, so you sort of like you're nosy. So you press your face against the glass, and you try to see if there's like a name. There's no name tag, like it's not tagged as if like if lost return to X. But but on the like bottom of the harp, you see a little symbol carved in, and it looks like bells, sort of like the kind that you would see in like a bell tower maybe. They look to be just sort of like carved into the bottom.
Do I recognize this symbol?
You can give me a religion check, sure.
Okay. If the NDBN will let me see this. Okay. 9. I don't think I know.
Nah, you don't know. You think like kind of weird that somebody carved bells into a harp. Those are two different instruments. Shrug. Yeah, no, not that familiar to you, unfortunately.
Kevin shrugs and then follows after Avani.
Okay.
Yeah, just noting it down for religion fans later.
For those
religion stands.
Those religion freaks later. I see.
I mean, there is certainly at least one.
There's at least one. Yeah. So you guys move on to the next carriage. Feel free to move your tokens there as I make everybody more visible. Okay. So you walk into this carriage. Whoa. Stop moving the car, Kevin.
Oh, I didn't know it moves that. Oh.
Here, let me lock it so you can't touch it. Stop moving the car. But yeah,
it's those kids.
Yeah, you get into this cabin. There's like a couple of people milling about here. They look kind of harried, but things seem to have calmed down since you guys got back on the train and took a break. You see some very familiar faces towards the end. The two of the kids who were at the stop with you, they see both of you there, and then they kind of like duck down back into their seats, pretending to read. What are your guys' passive insights?
12.
What's your passive, Avani? Insight?
13.
Both of you can tell the books that they're pretending to read, they're upside down. They're not reading them. But yeah, on your like, why are their icons so small? They're not that small. Why are they so tiny? But yeah, bigum. Yeah, so you can see these folks seem to be merchant types, and they're sort of like murmuring at each other over the partition. Kind of give you a glance and a nod, and then back to murmuring to themselves. Yeah, this.
Do we hear what they say?
They're speaking in Dwarvish. Do either of you know Dwarvish? I know.
Yes.
Avani does. Right. So you can hear like.
I can read their lips too, so I don't even have to hear them.
Yeah, that's right. You have alert, don't you? So you're observant. Sorry. So you can see that they're like talking. There's something about a deal. It seems to be happening soon. And like one of them kind of like shifty eyes looks at you guys and then like shakes his head very minutely to the other, and the guy like lets out a huff and then like sits back in his seat. Just kind of like folds his arms and like closes his eyes.
Yeah, we move on, I guess, because they're clearly not gonna talk anymore.
Yeah. So you can keep moving to here. Yeah, so there's a door. It's unlocked. You can just make your way into the next room. There's somebody sitting here. They're asleep in their chair, snoozing. Snooze.
Can we just wave at the kids as we pass by?
You wave at the kids. One of them like puts his book up higher so you don't see his face. But the other one, who looks vaguely more familiar, maybe it's the kid that got smacked in the face when you threw something out the window. When I guess somebody threw something out the window. Like sort of waves a little bit at you, kind of shyly, before like elbowing his friend and then like picking up his book again and pretending to read.
Can Avani like take their books and turn them upside down before giving back to them the right way up?
The kid in front of you who you do that, he's like my don't worry, I was thanks. and he sort of puts it up higher.
She just gives him this SMH look and just walks off. Just like
Yeah.
shaking my head. Like if you're gonna act, you like act better, right? So just like shakes her head and walks off.
Yeah, they start giggling. They're like hee 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 hee. Yeah.
Okay. Hermes buckles as he follows behind Avani to the next room.
Great. And in this room, there are a couple more passengers. Why are they so small? Why are my passengers so small? There you go. Oh, this person should be small. But yeah, they seem to be just standing around, looking outside of the windows at the scenery. The one on the bottom is appears to be a halfling, a dwarf. You're kind of not really sure. And then they have some what looks to be smithing equipment with them. Some of it too big to fit into luggages, so I think they're just probably making sure that they have an eye on it in this sort of storage part of the carriage. The one above you seems to be a human woman. She's also looking out the window. She's got like a makeshift stool that she's like set up so she can look out of the window there. They both turn to you and they like give you a nod. So like if you sort of like say anything to them, they'll maybe turn around, but they'll go back to looking out the window.
Avani will nod back, but she will whisper to Kevin that the merchants earlier were talking about a deal that seemed very secretive, that maybe me might want to stealth back later.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. I'm just nosy about the deal.
Because they seem like they didn't want anybody to know.
I wonder if there's more money to be earned here.
Are you guys whispering to each other this, or are you just saying it?
Oh, we're just
whispering.
whispering because like we're right next to each other. So she whispers as they're walking out the door that like maybe want to stealth back later.
Okay.
And see if we can get any more information about we can eavesdrop any more about this deal.
Yeah.
But first, let's go to the next cabin, right? Because we don't want to be too suspicious.
Sounds good.
Okay. So you guys make it to this cabin. This seems to be a storage cabin of some sorts, but also like a mess hall? Question mark? It's pretty messy in here. There's like bags and grain and luggage strewn about the place. It's kind of been shuffled around as the train. It's not very like well tacked down as it is in sort of your part of the train. This is definitely like a big old storage area. Doesn't seem to be anybody in this room. But yeah, you can let me know what you're doing here if you'd like.
Do we want anything?
Are these apples?
Yeah, it's definitely just a bag of apples. Just a sack full.
There's no one like looking,
Sounded
right?
so
No one's here, yeah.
Okay. Kevin's just gonna go lift an apple and just start munching on it for fun.
Bored so
Yeah, I
I
guess.
eat.
Or yeah.
I guess we can have fruit. Yeah. What's the difference?
Why not?
Why not? It's just here.
Yeah, you can grab some fruit.
Then,
And make your way.
do we see anything else of interest?
You can make me an investigation check if you like. Sure.
14.
Wow, the
14.
same
14
roll.
also.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys are walking past. Again, it's a bit of a like a cluttery hodgepodge of stuff. And aside from Kevin's apples, you do note that like the bags in this room, maybe the ones in the first half are labeled with names. Most of the ones in the second half are labeled with the same name. And it's not really a name, it more looks like symbols. Avani, you can recognize the dwarven runes as so it says YMSTRS Ltd, which you can assume to mean like limited, so it's the trading company.
Wait, YMS what?
I'll put it in the post office.
Oh.
So we can remember. Goods in
On the
the
food?
train label. No, it's all in like the second half of the train, where you are now. The first half is like people's luggages, some food and stuff. Everything here is like miscellaneous crates and barrels and boxes, all like sealed and labeled with that label.
Oh, okay. So miscellaneous cargo in the storage where we don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm. Quite a large portion of the storage room is taken up by yamsters. No.
Hamsters?
Yamsters. It's not Yamsters Limited.
Yams.
Well, yeah, that's what it says.
Okay.
Does Avani, do we like recognize the name? I'm assuming like Avani also like kind of passed this information on.
Yeah,
Do we recognize it?
do you recognize it? Give me a history check. Why not? I don't know if you'll be able to, but we'll see.
Probably not.
It's a bit difficult, I will say.
Oh, dirty 20.
Oh,
Ooh,
interesting.
merchanting days.
Merchanting day. Kevin, were you a merchant ever?
Yeah.
No.
No. Wait, who's
Travel with a group.
Maybe he heard it from
Travel
his
with the
sister or
group is more
something.
like a mercenary than like a merchant, but yeah.
okay. Yeah, so the label does ring a bell. You sort of like scratch your head to think like, where have I seen this before? And you recall that when you were in the Velvet Way, it's not the merchant group that you were traveling with, but it was some of the cargo that they were holding had the same label. So and I don't think you're exactly familiar with what they do, but you are familiar with who they're affiliated with. The name is an acronym for something, actually. So it stands for let me post it down. So the full name is Yaris Mistress Limited, and it is a trading company that is run by a clergy of nuns who are from a convent in Heyin. Heyin, again, lots of different trading companies, but none, I think, as obscure and as far-reaching as Yaris Mistress Limited. People on the caravan that you were on, you remember them being a little bit hesitant to pick up merchandise from these people because they're known to transport some very esoteric stuff.
What's esoteric mean?
Like mysterious things. It's difficult to find things. Generally things that people would not want to be trading or buying. Let me put in the post office full name of trading company. And the thing is with Yaris Mistress Limited, you need to have an invite to be able to have them ship your goods, because they don't run their own goods. They hire like temporary workers, or they piggyback off of existing merchant companies like the one that you were traveling with in order to get their orders done, which is how they can have such a wide reach. Yeah. that's what you know. It's weird that you see them up here, but kind of not, I guess. Considering that this, I guess, is a little closer to Huyin than where you were, and you saw them there. So
Kevin just wonders out loud to Vani, like, I wonder if these are part of the goods that the doors are talking about. Yes, mistress.
not yes, mistress. No.
Yes, mistress.
Yes, mistress limited.
Yes, mistress.
Oh my god.
Well, I guess we can't really look and see what's inside unless we open the stuff, which would be kind of noticeable.
Or would it be?
Or would it be? Would it be do they have like tamper-proof packaging?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they? You can make me another investigation check if you want to investigate these packages. Sure.
Oh, Kevin knows nothing. 10.
10, yeah.
So Avani has
26.
26. Let's go.
Avani, you don't you're like taking a look at this. You don't think they have something that's tamper proof. You think that they're tripwired with something. So they can be opened, but you can see like along the scrawled along the sides and the edges, like stitched along the edges of like the sacks and like carved into the sides of the boxes, there is like a small like set of magical runes. They're not dwarven runes, they're magical ones, that you think is like a trigger spell, that if someone were to open it without disabling it, with however you're meant to disable it, it would definitely either alert someone or something would happen. But there is a trigger put onto these. Which is, again,
Okay, so
why are they on the train?
yeah, so anyway, Avani will tell Kevin that we probably shouldn't open these because there is unless he knows how to disable the trigger spell.
I feel like this is slightly out of my scope. Maybe if we really want to break into it, perhaps we should bring Oberon.
Kevin, a level 1 rogue, being like, I don't think I should be doing this.
I feel like I should leave this expert being Oberon.
Okay, well, we'll regroup later and discuss it.
Is it only like one of these packages, or is there a lot of these packages marked was Yas Mistress?
Yes, mistress. No. I will say about from here backwards is all Yaris Mistress Limited merchandise. Not merchandise, goods.
There's a lot of stuff.
That's like half of the storage carriage basically is all of their stuff.
Okay, wanna move on to the next cabin?
It's sheep.
Yeah, it's sheep and also a familiar face. So you see Talia and her 2 birds with her, and looks like she's playing cards by herself, drinking something from a mug.
Hey.
Let me answer Grace. She like looks at you, like, oh, glad to see you made it out. What the fuck was that, huh?
Pretty narrowly. Oh, the train almost left without us.
Yeah, I mean, we did sign the liability waiver, so as fucked up as that would be, I think can't really fault them for wanting to run the train away from the big evil bird ladies. And then when she says evil
true.
bird, one of her birds like squawks. Not you.
They're cute.
Yeah. They're not evil birds most of the time. She holds up the white one. And she says, this one is left, and then she holds up the black one, and this one is right. I'm not very creative with naming my birds, but they know their names. So there's that. Oddly, you see that the bird named left is on her right shoulder, and the bird named right is on her left shoulder.
Okay. I guess
Like-
that's straightforward. Wait, so I guess you don't. But I guess it's straightforward because she doesn't have to give. She whistles to give them directions, right? So she doesn't. It's not like she has to tell them to go left or right.
Yeah, she doesn't tell them verbally where to go. She does like bird whistles. So it's, it's kind of like kind of goofy naming system.
Because that would have gotten really confusing really quickly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She gives you guys a look and she's like, yeah, glad you're not dead though. At least most of you. Where are you headed?
Well, we're headed up to our halberdian probably, yeah.
I think I'll probably stop by there for a bit and then take the train back over for the other service once my business is done. What do you, if you don't mind me asking, what are you headed there for?
Mostly to check out some of the shops over there. There's a lot of stuff you can't get further in the anthracites. So it's the biggest city in these parts, right? Mostly for shopping, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Where to keep the local economy going.
Yeah, well, the local economy's, she, like, rolls her eyes. A bit shit these days, but, what isn't? With all the, you guys have heard of, like, the uptick in, freaking, what was it? Camp incidences. The trail people normally take, up the beach side, near Kestrel. There's been like a load of I don't know, harpy attacks, and I suppose they've gone to this side as well. Something's up with the local wildlife. They're feeling a little antsy, I think. Might just be that time of year though, spring. Does weird things to animals. And she kind of like flicks one of the birds on the nose.
Where did you say they were? Where did you say there was an uptick again?
The campgrounds, there's the Lower Orchard, like, coastal trail, around Kestrel Beach. I will move us to the map, just so that you can visualize it, but Amani, you definitely would be familiar with the trail that she's talking about, so let me move us here real quick. Okay, so this trail here, from, like, basically Wyvern through Kestrel Beach up to Halberdoon, is a really popular, like, walking camping trail, and is like the main alternative route if you're not taking the train from Wyvern to Halberdoon. This is the one that would have taken you guys probably like 3 weeks to walk, which is why you didn't do it. But generally, it's like a very scenic, for people who are familiar, the Pacific Coast like trail. It's very like, there's beaches, there's forests, there's cliffs. It's generally pretty safe because a lot of like people will walk it. It's a very common route, but apparently, according to Talia, there's been like a string of like harpy attacks, wildlife attacks, which is not common for the trail, because it's usually well policed. Not policed, well maintained.
Where? Oh,
Sounds
is she
like
from around here?
Yeah, it sounds you're familiar with the area.
Yeah, familiar enough. I'm from Craig Basin myself, if you've ever heard of it. But I tend to, well, I used to be a guide on the trail, and, that's my main occupation. I help, people who get lost on the trail find their way back. Well, these two usually do it. I just do the whistling, and they'll find them. But I figured I'd take the train way, seeing as heard rumor about all those harpies, and well, fuck me, they found me anyway. So what can we do? Just meant to
And,
be, I
interestingly-
guess.
Meant to be indeed. Interestingly, you know, the harpies that we ran into, I think they maybe have been eating some maiden's pastry.
She like raises an eyebrow. Maiden's pastry. That shit's real.
I mean, I've seen it on top of the mountain, so I dare say it is pretty real.
She like gets this pensive look in her face. She's like, I don't think. Do you not? Are you sure of that? That the harpies were eating it? Did you check their mouth as you were running from them in terror? Or
We actually we managed to get one with us.
she like, you see her like eyebrows, they look like they're about to join her hairline. As she like raised her eyebrows even further, she's like, you brought it on the train?
I mean, it's dead,
Yeah,
as you might imagine.
fuck, I suppose. Yeah, that's fine. Uh, usually, and like, I'm no harpy expert, but I've worked in the area with them a few bits. I don't see why they'd be eating plants. They're not omnivores. There's no reason
Yes,
for
I
them.
thought that was kind of really strange too.
Right,
Wondering
right.
if you had heard anything. So I was wondering if you may have heard anything else strange. Now that you say a lot of them are attacking recently, that maybe it's something
Yeah.
else is going on.
I mean, there was that I don't know if this is just. There was a mass. I wouldn't say mass. Mass is a big word. But there was a large amount of people on the trail than usual. Just last week. Last couple days or so. I think there was some big hubbub on the DF island with all the monks. So we've got lots of tourists coming through, and then I think they were just leaving to get back to Halberdoon. And then, so I think that the trail got a bit more used than usual, but nothing. Maybe that attracted the harpies. It is their nesting season. But yeah, I think some sort of like large influx of people to the area may have roused them a bit. I have I've heard a bit of rumor as well about people on the trail. Well, people on the trail get lost, right? They don't go missing for long because, you know, we usually find them, pointing at herself. But there've been a couple of people who like get on the trail and then like disappear for weeks and then show back up like further along on the trail. Like I've had one wash up near Camphor Hall, for fuck's sake, which is like, I don't even know how you got there, right? You'd have to cross the strait. But there's been some like weird movements around. I think in general, just this side of Lower Orchard. I don't know what it is, but huh. And I don't know if you saw it, but I was near Craig Basin, right near the sort of entrance, sort of like bridge into Turney Rod. You were in. You hopped on in Wyvern, right? I don't know if they saw it there, but there's been some fucked up stuff come in with the moon. It looked really strange for a couple of days, couple of nights.
Wait, you saw it too?
Yeah, I was.
From Great Basin?
No, I was up fishing near the just over the bridge on DF Island, and there was some strange things in the sky that night. They've since like not reoccurred. But I don't know. You guys seem like you've been in the area for a little bit. Did you see any when you were in Wyvern? Any strange things with the sky?
Actually, not in Wyvern, but also closer to DF Island. We were actually on DF Island for a bit, and there were definitely weird things going on with the moon.
Huh. Yeah, I've asked folks in Craig Basin and in Wyvern if they saw the strange things with the moon, and everyone's told me no. So I thought I was going crazy, but yeah, while I was over the bridge, they wouldn't let me on DF Island anyway. They'd kicked me off after a few days because they said, "Oh, we're gonna get loads of guests in, so if you don't got a ticket to whatever hullabaloo they're having." I suppose you were there for, well, what was it? Some sort of party? Some soiree?
Yeah, the Laurel Games. Yeah, we were in the island. It's really interesting that people were only on DF Island saw the moon being weird.
Did you know other people? What happened? Did they also see it with you?
Yeah, like the rest of. I mean, we were together, so of course we all saw it together, right?
Interesting. Yeah. I don't know if that's got anything to do with the harpies, but I think ever since that's happened, it's been a bit. They've been a bit antsy, I think, in the woods. I think even before that, maybe in the weeks leading up to it, but when I was there, I don't know, the energy was just off. Good to know that I'm not losing my mind, at least, and that whatever it is has
Like
stopped.
Timeline.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Do you think
Timeline
left and
clear?
right might have seen?
Sorry, go ahead. Okay. So just like to like get my timeline clear. So did people start like going missing on the trails like after you saw the moon being weird,
Yes.
or has that just been going on? Oh, okay.
No. So she said she was at DF Island at some point while you guys were doing the laurels. And then she left DF Island to go to Craig Basin to go back to work, like on the trail, like here. And like people were already traveling from probably up north through this trail, like to go to like the finals of the laurels and to like the ceremony. And that's when people started going missing, is when there was an influx of people coming this way. And then after the laurels was over and people were heading home and taking this road, they continued to go missing.
Do you think left and right might have seen anything while they were up flying near where the harpies were nesting?
Oh, honestly, I think they were mostly trying not to get themselves eaten, but I don't know. Did you see anything? And she like looks at them, and then they look at her, and like she shrugs. Like usually they've got these on, and she like holds up like a falconry cap. I don't know if you guys have seen those, but they're like hats that they put on birds so they don't get confused until you like let them out. But you can do you have one of those talking to them spells?
I do.
Well, you
I
can
do.
free to ask them if you'd like.
Okay, I will use speak with animals and ask them if they saw anything. Well, hi left, hi right.
Hi, and then the other one goes hi.
So you've been you've been flying around the harpy nesting area for a while, right?
Oh yeah. This is left talking. Yeah, we well, we look there to make sure that they're not there when we're here. And well, yeah, they're usually there. So and then
Have
Right
you
just
seen
goes, yeah.
anything unusual? Have either of you seen anything unusual with them lately?
Yeah, there's not that many of them this year. Not that many. No. Usually 5, 6 harpies per clutch. Now, one, two. Very few harpies. So, kind of meaner. They're meaner, yeah. And then Right goes, yeah.
Only along the trail?
Yes. We and then left like sort of like dances in place. North, okay. South, bad.
Huh. So, other than the numbers dwindling and them getting more aggressive, do you see anything unusual that they might be doing recently?
Oh, yes. Um, eating? Eat, uh, and then like spins in a circle. Round. Plants.
Wow.
Not, it's very strange. They don't usually eat that, but very hungry. So, not sure.
Huh. Avani will say and will explain in common what they said. Basically, they've basically been eating these plants that match the description of the maiden's pastry because they look like cream puffs, right? So they're round, and they seem extra hungry recently, and their numbers are dwindling, so they're more aggressive, especially if we're towards south.
Talia like kind of sits back. She's like, "Well, I'll be damned. What's culling their numbers to force them to, I don't know, eat plants? That's not really a thing that they do. I wonder if there's anything.
Avani will ask the birds if they have seen any unusual predators of harpies, maybe, while they were flying around. Any possible predators.
They
Or being hunted.
they look at each other, and then like one pecks the other, and then the other pecks the other, and they're sort of pecking at each other now. And then Left like turns back to you, and says, "Yes, some taking, and then one of them like Left like hops off of Talia's shoulder." And then just kind of like lands on Kevin's shoulder. Kevin, it's like digging its claws into your shoulder. It kind of hurts. And sort of like pecks at the side of your head. Like this. Like human. Like this one.
Like they're Asbarian? You're saying like they look like?
No.
Like, I wouldn't understand it, right?
No. I don't know if you'd understand it, but Avani,
Yeah.
you hear them pecking at Kevin and going, human, taking the we see them sometimes lurking at night. They take the eggs, and the harpies.
Oh.
The harpies not notice. Kind of dumb, actually, idiots. And then like kind of stamps on Kevin's shoulder. It's like laughing in like a weird bird way. But only once I saw, but probably same person group, human, and then like pecks at Kevin's ear. Take eggs in the south.
Avani will say that they've seen a human at least once taking harpy eggs with them stealing harpy eggs during the night.
Talia looks at her birds and she's like, why the fuck did you not tell me this? And then both of them just like kind of laugh at each other, and then like one of them flies off of your shoulder, Kevin, goes over to Talia, and like flies back on her shoulder. The one that just mostly says yeah, right? You see him like peck Talia's hood and like throw it up over her head. And then Left goes, like this. And then like pecks at Talia's now hooded like head.
No, hooded person.
Yes, human, hooded. Like this.
Hooded human.
Huh?
Sometimes working at night stealing the eggs.
Cloaked. I have a question. You guys took their tokens, right? You have it in your bags. You don't have it like on you.
Which tokens?
Which token?
From the moon men.
Tokens?
Yeah. You don't like display
Kevin
them.
probably has it in his pocket.
I think you just
Well,
have it in
his
your
bag.
pocket. Yeah, you're not displaying it. Okay, just checking.
We could show them We
Yeah.
could show it to them.
No, do you?
Kevin just takes out his like just out of curious hearing, like he did
The talisman, right?
Yeah, takes out the talismans and like ask, have you seen this kind of thing on those hooded person, or
Um,
like has Bonnie asked him?
Yeah, and he will take it out and she will be like, do they wear something like this? Have you seen this?
both of the falcons caw at the same time, and they sort of like flap their wings. You have like the spell that lets you understand like their speech. They're not even speaking, they're just like screaming. They're like, ah ah ah, ee, and then the other one goes, yeah yeah yeah. And then Talia like is like, oh my god, shut up. And she sort of like rustles them to like get them back under control. And then she looks at the token you're holding out and she's like, you got one of these fucking things too. And she pulls one out of her bag. And she's just like, they brought this shit back one night. And I was like, where the fuck did you get this? And that's part of why I'm going to Halberdoon. Do you know what this is?
We found it on some weird people who attacked us. So we've been trying to find out who they are too.
Okay, great that you don't know, I guess. Because I also don't fucking know. But they had picked up like one of these when they were doing their patrols when we were near Kestrel Beach. Again, another missing person, but they picked this up and brought it back to me, and I kept like, I've never seen anything like this before. They didn't see it in in Wyvern, so fuck if I made a huge loop back to Halberdoon, but you know, I figured I'd get it checked out there before I went back down to do another round on the trail. Huh. Where did they fought you?
On DF Island.
On DF Island, whereabouts?
On DF Island.
Ah, okay. And you've no clue who they were. They just, what, they do, mug you on the road, or?
They surrounded us and attacked us, and then I think they, as far as we could tell, they're in some kind of moon cult.
Yeah, moon cult.
We don't know that much about them. That's all we managed to find out. They're in some kind of moon cult.
Moon cult. Okay, that's very
Do you know anything
specific.
about
No, I'm
moon religion around the area?
I mean, there's pockets of people who worship some sort of moon deity, but I don't really think the deity is much for kidnapping people. Not kidnapping. They don't say kidnapping because they don't know that happened. That's me, the DM, messing up. But I don't think the moon deity is really much for attacking people. It's more of like a local, like, let me get to the forest without dying kind of thing. Not surround people and attack them kind of deal. I'm not that religious myself, but you think this was one of them?
I mean, if they're a nature cult, why would they be stealing harpy eggs?
Yeah, why would they be stealing harpy
like that.
eggs? What? I'm not quite sure myself. But I mean, we're headed to Halberdoon. There's got to be someone that knows a little bit more about. I haven't heard of what you use harpy eggs for, but maybe they need it for something in that regard.
Tanya, if you're going to Halberdoon the same reason as us, would you like to travel with us till we get some answers?
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't really have a choice. We're on the same train, so that's fine.
Once we reach Halberdoon, perhaps.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy to. I just kind of want to get this thing off of my hands as well, especially now that you've told me it belongs to some harpy egg stealing moon cult. What? Huh. Sure, that's fine.
I think we could help each other if you could share information. If you could perhaps tell, we have a couple of other friends in different cabin. If you wanna like tell them what you know, and we can help answer each other's question.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm happy to do so. I'm sure you're all still unwinding from that attack, but happy to go back to your. Can just invite me in whenever. I don't really have a berth where you all are staying. And she kind of laughs, but if they'll let folks like me up there, then happy to be there.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take us back to
Maybe
the
we can-
train.
Yeah, maybe we could. She'll say maybe we can meet at dinner and then go back.
Yeah,
Ah,
let's have dinner together.
that sounds good to me. I'll meet you at the dinner carriage then, and well, hopefully they let me bring these two along. In reference to like left and right. And she kind of like agrees, like yeah, she'll come meet you for dinner.
Okay. Avani will pat the birds each on the head before leaving.
They sort of like
Thank
peck
you.
at you, and they said no, thank you. And one of them like left like pecks at your ear, Kevin, before you leave.
Kevin just waves a little.
I think they're laughing at you, but in like a friendly birdie way. And this is the back of the carriage. This is the last sort of like publicly available carriage that you can access.
Shall we stealth past the merchants on the way back?
What if we just like try to lay low and just is this empty seat?
Yeah, that's empty.
We can just like try to chill and hang there kind of quietly, or like even here to like overhear their conversation.
Yeah, so there's a
Better if I could see them.
door here.
It'd be
Oh,
better
there's
if
a
I
door
could
here?
see them.
Oh, okay. The like
I
here.
mean, yeah. Would we be able to see them from here?
If you're sitting here, you can see them, but they can see you. So this middle wall is like a low partition, and they're sort of like bent over it, talking to each other. This is a solid door, so you'd have to like keep it open, which they probably wouldn't. They'd be like, "Why is the door open?" But yeah.
So what's the let's see. What is the stealthiest way we can do this? Would there be?
I'm gonna look through my spell slide. Spells, see if anything helps.
Oh wait, don't you have an invisibility potion?
Not only do I have invisibility potion, I also have 3rd level invisibility.
Oh yeah. Forgot
There
about
is that. We could just be invisible for a while. How long does it last?
How does it last? I know in Baldur's Gate it lasts for 10 turns, but
I think it's
So,
a
like, 1
minute.
minute?
It's 1
A
minute.
minute.
Yeah.
concentration up to 1 hour.
Oh, an
Ooh.
hour.
Greater invisibility.
Nice.
Oh, is it greater invisibility and not regular invisibility?
This is a regular one. It says like concentration up to 1 hour.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I think is it because I'm looking at 3rd level instead of 2nd level? No.
No,
No, it still says 1 hour.
that's fine. Yeah, it's 1 hour then.
Okay, I cast it as 3rd level because it can target 1 additional creature,
Oh, okay.
I guess.
So you cast
I'll
it
just bring
on
that
you and Avani, I'm assuming?
Yeah. Can I get a bit
So-
closer before I cast?
Yeah, so we can sneak into the booth and go invisible.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're not casting it here, like in front of those
Yeah,
two
'cause then we
people.
would, like, randomly disappear.
Yeah.
No. Maybe we can cast it like here. No, wait, there are people here.
Yeah, how are you doing this? This is very interesting. You
Okay,
can cast it, but
right.
there are people watching. They're gonna be like, why are
Maybe we
you
should
turning
appear.
invisible? Yeah.
Can we first like, sneak into the booth, maybe?
You can sneak
Or-
into the booth, but it's like not covered really except for the corners. And they're like, this is like an open hallway. I think it'll be really it's really hard to pull off walking into broad daylight and like going here.
You have to roll like a 30 to get it.
I would say yeah, it's kind of rough.
Yeah.
Like there's
Oh,
there's
what
no
if?
darkness.
Just be another passengers. It could just be another passengers, right?
You could
Just
be
chilling, and then I just start talking.
and then you would suddenly disappear.
Oh, like for invisibility? Okay. For invisibility, just let's do it where we don't have any witness. And
Mm,
then
No, but then
But then
the
you
doors will.
when you open the door.
it just jumps around. Oh, how about this? Only one of us go invisible. How about Avani, you go invisible, and I'll just like walk and just sit here. So that way, like if if we want to interact with them, like I can be the face for like the interaction while you do
No,
other
but I'm
roles
worried
if you
that they
want.
won't talk if they see people there. That's why we want to be invisible in the first place.
I mean, if there's someone like a rando just doing stuff, would they like still not talk? They seem to be talking when they're just kids hanging around, right?
They were talking in Dwarvish, so
Hmm.
I mean, do with that what you will, but probably they thought the kids don't know Dwarvish, so we can say whatever we want.
Hmm.
There is also the possibility that one of you walks
Maybe
in.
you can just hang around here. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to sit like right across them. Even beside them here, I think would be okay. Like you're near enough to know that they're still talking. But like because you can't see them, I think it would put them at ease, right? Like no eyes on us.
So there's also the possibility that I think the plan of one of you going invisible so you can open the doors works, right? So one
Yeah.
of you is invisible, opens the doors so both of you can go in, and then keeps walking while one of you stays invisible in this room. That would probably work.
Yeah. I was gonna suggest that Kevin just go straight to the next car and wait there.
How about I go get a burn?
I go get Oberon.
Sure,
Yeah.
you can
Because
you
my
can
other
talk-
idea was that like maybe since we already interacted with the kids, we can just like I can chill with the kids while and hopefully that will like help bring down their suspicion and just start reading with the kids or
Just be
something.
normal.
Yeah, just be normal.
Okay. You
Which
can go
which one
talk
would
to
you like
the
to go
kids.
with?
No, you can talk to the kids while Avani watches from here. She invisible, right?
Where do you
Sorry, I
cast
didn't
the
catch that.
where do you catch the invisibility?
Oh, let's go into this room and
I was
then
gonna say these two are gonna be like,
Oh,
what the fuck are they? What the fuck are those
from
two
here,
doing?
from here,
Yeah.
from here.
Okay.
So yeah, so Kevin casts
Okay.
invisibility on Avani, and then they walk in here. Kevin goes to talk to the kids like here, and Avani will watch from here, invisible, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the plan, I think. Like so, Avani will be
And
here,
okay,
Kevin will be here.
wait, I lost my yeah. And if the guys still don't talk, then I will leave to get a burn as a like our
Okay.
backup plan.
Oh, okay.
Let me put this on Avani, not on Kevin. Get off. How do I?
Wait, I'm curious. What would you get Oberon for exactly? I'm
Examine the goods.
For this.
oh, to examine. Oh,
There you go.
I
What'd you
moved it. Wait, sorry.
put it back on, Avani?
Anyways, no. Avani's invisible. Yeah. I think you have to lock it with the icon. I don't know how you do
Because
that.
it's
though.
not.
It's not locked to the icon.
Well, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Evil. Okay, hold on. Let me do that, and then I will attach it. There you go. Okay, it should be locked now. Yeah.
Success! Yay.
Success. Okay.
Okay.
So you're
Follow
invisible,
Kevin.
Kevin, strolling
Open the
casually.
It's more casually, just walking.
Okay, not suspicious at all.
It has detached.
Oh fuck! How? Oh wait, it's back on.
Hope
Okay.
that works.
No.
Walks in here and like Kevin's like waves at the kids and like, hey kids.
Sorry.
So fucking sus.
Sorry,
Oh my
that
god.
was so. Sorry,
It's
go,
like
go,
that
go.
one meme, like hello fellow kids.
How do you do eloquence?
I'm sorry, that was so suspicious
Ow.
sounding. Hi kids, it's me, Kevin. Come on.
Someone called the FBI right
Stranger danger, dude.
So for real. Oh my god.
Okay, okay. Let's stop booming, Kevin. Okay. Yes.
Kevin's trying to raise the kids, I guess.
No,
Look too
no.
suspicious.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so you walk in, you're trying to talk to these children. What do you say?
I
Parents.
like. Hey, what's up? Is there any fun thing to do? It's just great.
Oh my god.
Both of them looking at each other and then looking at you, and they're like, aren't you that guy who got eaten by a bird earlier?
Not quite eaten, as you can see. Just looks down. And you know what? You're almost getting eaten by birds. However, is still as bad.
Yeah,
And
it's kind of lame.
Thanks. Weren't you guys also running away from those birds?
Yeah, and they like point at each other. We're kids, so you know, we shouldn't get beat up by birds. Aren't you like an adult? I saw you on the coil net. Don't you know magic and stuff?
Also, you guys have watched Laurel, huh?
Yeah, we saw it at school. They pointed out all the different kinds of magic people can do. You're not that good at it, are you? And they
Yeah,
like,
magic's
they like,
not my specialty.
they like giggle at each other,
Yeah.
like. Well, I think if you
Kevin just
knew,
kind of sits.
if you knew more magic, I think you could have gotten those birds.
Oh yeah? Like what kind of magic?
You know, like the best magic.
Oh, that's the best magic.
They're like, one of them like rolls their eyes at you. They're like, this guy clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. Obviously, there's the best magic. Fireball, duh. If you knew fireball, it'd be over for those birds. What kind of like magic casting guy doesn't know fireball? My teacher knows fireball. And then the other one goes like, she doesn't know fireball. She does know fireball. Do you know
Kevin just kind
fireball?
of like, are they asking Kevin?
Yeah, they're asking you. They're like, well, do you know fireball or what?
I guess I'm not good of a magic caster as your teacher, because I don't know fireball, but I can still start a fire.
Yeah, don't do that inside of the train car. It's probably bad. Have you been arrested before? The other kid asked you.
Alright then. Why,
Yeah.
did I scream criminal to you?
And they look at each other, kinda.
As Kevin like tried to like get the conversation going, does the doors like still like feel very, or do they talk at all?
The dwarves, give me an insight check.
Only me?
Vani can do one too.
Okay.
Yeah, I need Evan to roll because I only got an 8.
Oh my god. Yeah, Avani, you are like staring at these dwarves. Their guard went up when Kevin came back in. And they stopped talking. They're listening to Kevin get roasted by some children. So they haven't started talking again, but you do see their hands are moving. And I don't think you speak, this is not dwarvish. This is like Dwarven Sign Language. Yeah.
I know what this is.
You know what this is. This is Dwarven Sign Language. And so like usually like only Dwarven like miners or like people who were like raised as a dwarf would know like how to read the sign language. And I think like you understand runes and you can understand spoken dwarvish, but this is not like, it's not that. So they're speaking to each other in sign language about something, but they're not verbally speaking now that they see Kevin here.
So that's what I was thinking, right? So then anyway, I guess Avani can whisper to Kevin that he should go.
Sorry, you just sound quiet there.
Yeah, I said Avani will whisper to Kevin that he should go because now they're talking in sign language instead.
Okay. Like Kevin just like sits there being roasted and like let them make fun of him, and then and like just busy and like he just like stands up and be mocked like hurt. I was like, oh, I can't like just be mocked hurt, and then you know I guess I'll leave. Oh.
Are you gonna go cry now? Is he gonna go cry now? Can we watch?
Well, if you guys will give me a tissue and help me wipe them up, then sure.
Wow.
And then Kevin just walks away, I guess.
Both of them make gagging noises as you leave. As Kevin leaves the room, and sort of like closes it behind him, Avani, you see that like the dwarves like follow his eyes out. The kids like settle down and start talking to each other again, and the dwarves start speaking again in dwarvish. They like stop the hand signs. They're like sorry, I can get water, one sec.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, so the dwarves start speaking in dwarvish again, and you can hear their conversation, and you can also see their like lips moving. Essentially they're like, glad that guy left. We can't take any chances with the cargo at the moment. How much longer do you think until we... And the other one goes, probably we'll reach there by daybreak, hopefully. And then the other one shrugs and says like, this has got to make it to Halberdoon, or else I'm pretty much done working with you. Another one like scoffs and is like, well, I'm pretty much done working with you, and they sort of like at each other and like turn around, and then after like a few minutes, because I don't think you can leave, you see after a few minutes one of them like turns around and is just like, well, I don't mean done, and the other one goes like, well, I don't mean done either, and they start like arguing all over again. So this sort of continues for a bit. While you're stuck here listening to these dwarves talk to each other about their package, Kevin, I suppose you make your way back to the room where people are resting. Yeah, you're back in the room. Oberon is what are you doing? What were you doing the whole time while they were doing stuff, Oberon?
I think Oberon was he's writing something. He's like writing something furiously in his notebook. Yeah, he's well, I mean, unless you want to like, I don't know, sneak and like try and like I don't know, roll stealth or something to try and see what he's writing. He's just writing something in his little notebook, and he's been at it for a while. He's his creative juices are flowing, you know? He's the man's cooking, basically.
Is fanfic?
I mean, I'm just saying, you can you can roll.
Kevin tried to like
roll.
read over the shoulders, yeah, to see like what Baron's writing as he comes in.
Monica, if this is a player v player role, what would I do counter with?
Are you trying to hide it from him if he tries to do this?
Hey,
Yes.
Baron, what you doing?
Yes.
I
mean, you can just ask me what I'm doing.
somewhere in Sunway's dreamscape, she hears two little squirrels chittering at each other. Somebody's dreamscape. You're just sitting in a like completely blank white room, and these two squirrels are like whispering to each other. One of them has wings, and one of them is blue.
Oh wow.
Another one of those dreams.
Yeah. It
I don't
feels
know,
so familiar somehow, right?
Actually, let's do this.
Oh, wait.
While you're in your dream, Sunmay, these two squirrels are fighting each other, and
God.
like sort of like play fighting each other. You feel like a presence like behind you on your shoulder, and you turn around. It's like not really, the face is not familiar to you.
Okay.
But like the smarmy old man smile is.
No. Okay.
And you hear in like a very familiar voice, like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm glad you made friends, honestly. I thought, you know, you were all work and no play, but you know, you've picked up some strange folk, I must say.
I got two things to say to you. One, what kind of gig do you do with this face of yours? And two, are you implying that I had no friends before?
I'll answer two first, because it's funnier to me. Yeah, legitimately, I didn't know if you had any, because every time I showed up, I mean, I don't know. Somebody, do you have friends?
I mean, I think so. Well, you know, things like that are difficult to define. So, you know what? Let's just say yes.
I hope for your sake it's a yes. Not for any malicious reasons, but, you know, I think it's nice to have friends. The world is a big place, and, you know, taps you on the forehead. You're gonna be here quite a long time on it. You might as well be a little fonder of the people that walk next to you. You know what I mean?
Well, you always sound like you know a lot. And, I mean, for the longest time, I thought it was just because you were, like, human and 80 and old, but how long have you been here?
He gives you that smarmy smile again. He's just like, I mean, have been human. And you see his face change into a tiefling's face. I've been other things, and I have been 80. And he changes back into like an old 80-year-old, a very familiar face now to you, the 80-year-old old guy who owns the hut on the edge of your resort. But I've been not 80, and his face changes again, this time to like a female orc's face.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
I've been around a while.
Alright.
But you know, I'm a traveler.
Yeah.
Like you.
Yeah, I get that. Is this part of your travels too? I mean, you never really stop by for long each time, so I assumed you were always walking the world during the years you were away, but why have you come here?
He like looks at you. His face changes back to the first face that you saw. Which, like, oddly enough, give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
21.
Great. You're taking a second look at this face that he's showing you now.
Yeah.
At first it was unfamiliar to you, but the longer like that you've been able to take a look, it looks like a younger version of his like original old man face. So kind of just looks like a younger version of that face. And he like tilts his head to the side. Again, his eyes are closed the whole time, so he doesn't really blink. But he's like,
Yeah.
That is a good question. No, unfortunately, I think my traveling days are getting numbered. At least traveling for my own means, that is.
Why? I mean, you always liked being free, so why stop now?
I've got some, I think you get it, right? There's as much as we like being free, and as much as there is to be had in your independence, we'll always have ties that drive us. And some of those ties are actually attached to anchors. And those anchors will weigh you down if you don't take care of them. And unfortunately, I've let my anchors be a little too twisted, and it's come to bite me in the ass. So I'm just kind of dealing with that at the moment, which is a little bit of why I'm here. Well, not here exactly. I'm here because I like your little friends. They're kind of funny. But
They are, aren't they? I mean, they're a pretty interesting group of people. Well, is there this whole anchor thing? Is this anything that I can help with? I feel like I owe you that much since you were the one that sent me here.
He kind of like reaches out and like pats you on the shoulder. Is like, you know, you should be a little less eager to pay back for gifts given to you. But I know that's not in your nature. I know you just like being on even taps with people, which I get, because I hate paying my tab. Let's just say I might ask you to keep an eye on your friends. I know you're already doing that, but keep a closer eye. Because there are people currently, I'll call them anchors. There are anchors out there who are looking to weigh them down as well. And I would like that to not happen, because I like you and I like people you like, right? So help me help you make sure that they don't get caught up in that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, sure. And I think like then she would tilt her head and look at him. When's the next time our paths will cross again? Because this being the last time feels a little weird. And you know, I was never very good at the magic thing, so I can't really talk to you all that often. Do you think would there be an easier way?
Well, I mean, I gave you away, didn't I?
I guess so.
But if you want, if you want a better way to talk to me, try this instead. And he like puts like a little slip of paper in your hand, and as you like look down to look at it, you look up and he's gone, and the two squirrels are back at it, like fighting each other in the background.
Right. Okay.
One of them is
They
pulling
should've-
the other's hair. The other one's
No,
like
no.
holding a little diary and like trying to like keep it away from the other.
Oh my god. I think like as she inches towards this squirrels, she's gonna look at the piece of paper.
Yeah, the paper's blank. It's like a blank piece of paper. It is like, you feel the texture on it though. It's smooth. Like you cannot feel a single fiber on this thing, which is kind of weird. It's kind of
That is so strange.
This is not
Okay.
a texture that you are familiar with. And as you like turn it over to the other side, there's like a little there's like a drawing of a key.
Oh, okay. I think like is the key familiar, or is the key
The key
well,
looks,
this is a dream, so she's just like, what's this?
the key does look familiar to you. It's the key that you give to guests for their pavilions. It's got like the little dangle on it for like the guest houses.
Yeah. Is this literally the key to his front door?
Is this it's that guy's house key. He gave you his house keys. Like a picture of his house keys.
Okay. She'll turn around and throw the piece of paper at the nearest wall and go to pick it up like after 5 seconds of like fuming. And I think that's it.
Yeah, and you continue to like drift off in your dream. I think it like
Yeah.
shifts to another image. The squirrels are now in the forest fighting. You're no longer in that blank white space. And
Okay.
and you
She has
continue.
she has a restless sleep while the men are fighting.
The squirrels are fighting in the background. As Same is dreaming of that, let's go back to our squirrels, Oberon and Kevin. Yeah, oops, I'm moving the train. Yeah, if you guys want to fight over who is doing what,
Actually,
yeah?
I have a question. I have a request.
Oh, okay.
While Avani and Kevin were doing their investigation down the train, I was wondering. So since Oberon nearly died, and he had two failed death saves and one more to go. So as he nearly died, could I roll to see if he possibly saw the afterlife or communicated with any of them?
Oh my god.
Can I roll this as a pray to gods, but in that mechanic?
Yeah, give me that. Yeah. I'll let you have that. Sure. Rolling for pearly gates. Let's roll for pearly gates, bro.
Feel like, cause what is it? When characters are on their death saving throws, they can, there's a possibility of them, possibly could be gods, as per Dimension 20's Fantasy High. So I'm just like,
okay, sure. 63.
Yeah.
Roll me a 1d10.
1d10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll me 1d10.
D10. Oh, 6.
6.
Oh, what? Lots of sixes.
Oh, interesting. So when you were sort of on your last breath, you were struggling to not keel over and die. You felt for a minute that you were somewhere extremely humid. Like the air had turned almost to liquid. It was hot, humid, wet. It smelled of flowers and earth and grass and leaves. But it was hot. You, for a moment, could see in your mind's eye, sort of it felt like you were laying on a bed of fallen leaves and soft mossy grass as you were laying in what felt like a forest, with sunbeams warming you as you sort of pass in and out of consciousness. For just the briefest of moments, you see in your sort of death throes as you're trying to remember it, within this jungle that you found yourself in, a figure in the distance turned away from you, but their hair is golden, glinting in the dappled sunlight, and as they were going to turn towards you to talk to you, you were brought back to life and woke up.
Okay.
That's what you remember from your
awesome. That was banging. Thanks for that.
No problem.
Awesome shit.
No problem. Yeah, that was your near death hallucination.
Oh, fucking awesome.
Yeah. You're hiding your notebook from Kevin, correct?
So, what I want to know is, I think, Kevin or actually Charles went to get water, so I don't think they can answer right now. But I want to know how Charles enters while I'm scribbling my notebook. Because if Charles is stealthing, trying to stealth into the cart, I would like to enter with I don't know, a perception or something
Okay.
to, or like, yeah, to see, like, basically try and perceive if, you know, his presence coming in, basically.
Yeah, let's wait for Charles to come back on that.
Yeah.
This is I
It's
think like 30. It's just like an hour. This is so after your short rest, which was an hour. This is like, yeah. So you guys are still sleeping. The short rest, the long resters. I can't wake you up yet.
Yeah.
Grr.
I think like I'm on that couch, like, I guess, like, you know, I guess if I'm sitting on the couch, I would be turned to the door, but like I'm like looking down on my notebook basically and like scribbling. So
Give me give me a perception check, Oberon, while you're sitting on this couch waiting.
Okay. 19.
You you're like writing in your book, scribbling, blah 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 blah. You for like a moment feel like someone is watching you, but that moment like passes quite quickly. You don't really know where it's from.
That wasn't Kevin.
That wasn't Kevin, no.
Oh, okay.
You sort of you hear them watching you, not hear them, you feel them watching you just for a moment, and like you think you're hallucinating a little bit. It's so faint, but it kind of you hear just on faintly in the wind, like the tracks passing through your like underneath you, kind of, so here's like the wind chimes just for a sec.
Oh.
And then it sort of like passes with the rolling of the tracks. Kevin, are you sneaking into the room to approach Oberon, or are you just walking in?
No, I'm just walking in and then sees a baron like writing and just like, hey.
Hey.
And then like tries to look over over the shoulder.
Okay.
Unlike
Wait.
what he's trying to write.
You're like actively pushing your head in, like trying to look.
Yeah, like, hey, what are you doing? Are you writing a new song?
Oh. I'm like, oh yes, I have. This was I had a lot of experiences, you know. So I'm writing a couple of things, you know, writing down some things I have experienced, cause, you know, everything we experienced, it's all just fuel for the art, you know. Yeah. I think. What is it? Are you, Kevin? Are you like coming in and like basically trying to look at my notebook, like actively like?
I mean, not
placing
for
your
the
head-
sole purpose of looking at it, but like it's just like acknowledging you're doing something and then also curious about what you're writing.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm like. It's like not a big notebook. I think like a little like a pocket travel size notebook. So. And I think if you wanted to see what I was writing, like, you would have to actively force your head into my space. And,
Nuzzling him
yeah.
like a horse?
Yeah, so, but I'm like, yeah, let me see. I think I would, like, Kevin's, like, come in, so I would probably, like, close up the notebook, you know, put it away, and put my writing utensils away if Kevin's not going to, like, shove his head into my space to try and read it. So yeah, and like you and Avani were gone for a while. And anything fun?
So wait, before I continue, these two are still sleeping for the long rest, right?
Yeah, it's been, I think, an hour since they started long resting, so
Okay.
I'll say an hour and a half, because you guys walked the train for quite a bit of time. It's nearing almost 2 hours since so they're halfway through their long rest.
Okay, then I'll just take the burn. Like, okay, so Abani and I were walking, and I think we are going to go steal stuff. Let's go.
Oh? Ooh, I see. I feel like this is the first time I've seen this side of you real aggressively, dear somebody. I pocket everything, put everything away, and get up and follow Kevin.
Like that, like, okay, yeah, let's go steal stuff. I'm fine with that.
Everyone is intrigued because I don't think he's ever seen Kevin overtly like, let's go steal things proactively like Mer would, you know? So, yeah. Oberon is curious. Oberon's following Kevin. Yeah.
Okay, where are you guys going?
I don't know. I'm
Um,
following Kevin. Let's go.
Yeah, and Kevin just kind of leads down the road.
In the meantime,
to
do the
Kevin.
dwarves say anything?
I think the dwarves at this point are just kind of like flirt arguing, like on and off in front of you. They've been doing this for the past like 15 minutes.
Avani's trapped in hell.
Avani can't leave because invisible doors. But they've just been like sort of like flirt bitching with each other for a while. Every now and again you hear them mention like, we lost them, right? Yeah, we lost them. Great. As long as we can get to the contact point, it's fine. And then they'll go back to arguing.
I wonder what they lost.
While
Well,
they're
anyway.
saying that and Kevin's walking, he's just gonna fill in a Baron about what has happened. And I think what he's gonna do is he's just gonna, I don't know if he should walk through or try to like just sit down here and let Avani try to like talk to him a little and then leave.
Wait, why would you want? Why would you do that?
I don't
if
know.
she's invisible. Like if you
I don't
walk
know.
past, she will just follow you out.
Okay,
Kevin,
you wanna
did
just follow me out? Okay.
And did you tell Oberon that Avani is invisible and over eavesdropping
Yeah.
on the dwarves? Okay. So I'm like, okay, cool. Yes, we should probably just go through, right? And grab Avani on the way, so she's not
Okay.
stuck there forever.
Okay. Kevin just like then gonna walk through.
Dumb walk.
Like just kind of mock dab his eyes as he's passing by the kid.
Do
Oh
you,
my god.
oh my god. Give me a
He's not done tearing up.
wait, give me a performance check.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
You can do performance or deception, up to you.
A bit performance. It's not really. He's not trying to deceive anything. It's obviously like he wasn't really hurt. He was just
Yeah.
like making fun, joking around.
Good.
14.
14.
LMAO.
These are children. They see you like dabbing your eyes, and one of them points. Just points.
Let me see.
Can
Can I say as Oberon? Oh, go ahead. Who was talking?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Can I just say as Oberon walks by behind Kevin, Oberon gives them the finger guns / finger bolts, as he now calls them, and is like, don't overuse it, they're finger bolts, and like walks with Kevin.
Trip marketing.
Oh, trip marketing. Wait, why is it? It's unattached again? Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Fine.
Kevin's just
I
gonna
don't
walk
know
all
why
the
it
way to
weirdly
the
does that.
Yeah, you do
All the way to
notice
the
as you
storage
guys
room.
walk past, the dwarves go silent again, when they see Kevin walk in with Oberon.
Actually, I forgot to do one thing.
Uh-huh.
As we're walking past real quick,
Sure.
this I guess I'll say it. This creature like
This
Can
creature?
I make it?
Creature.
Can I make like a quick insight check on them to see if they're like, I don't know, anybody like possibly like super suspicious or harmful? Because
Creature? Yeah, you can give me an insight check, sure. You can do insight or perception, up to you.
do insight.
Sure.
Ooh, 10.
10? Yeah. They just seem kind of tired, not gonna lie.
Okay.
Slumped over in their seat.
Can Avani roll?
Yeah, go ahead.
She's right behind Oberon.
Might as
Okay.
well.
And invisible. So I
And
think you should get
invisible,
advantage
yes.
at it, right? Advantage.
Perception.
What did you get?
25.
25. This person is like trying to shrink into themselves into the seat. They do look extremely haggard and tired. But what at first glance was like a human, you can tell underneath, you're pretty sure that's a goblin.
Okay. Do I notice anything else with perception 25?
You do notice that they're, I think you can just give it a thought that like their clothes kind of are raggedy. The fare for the train was not cheap, right? So you're kind of wondering, how did this person pay for their trip? Maybe they just like to wear raggedy clothes, who knows? But they don't even seem to have any like luggage or bags with them. They're just kind of curled up in the corner. It kind of looks like they're trying to take a nap.
Extremely sus. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we get in here, and I don't know, 1 hour has passed, but
I think it must have been like 20 minutes or something, right? 15, 20 minutes. at
Yeah.
most.
So you guys are in here. I think Amani, you're still invisible, but you can ask Kevin to uncast that anytime you'd like, if you
Avani
want.
will tell Kevin that the goblin in that cabin is kind of sus. Doesn't look like they're supposed to be here. They don't even have luggage. You know, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And also
You can either be freeloader
and
or
also that
be
the
vampire, you know.
also
Mhm.
the dwarves didn't talk much after that, but they did mention that they need to get the cargo to Halberdune.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well,
So they'll be getting
I
off
mean-
Halberdune.
do we want to maybe do we want to tail the dwarves after we get off Halberdune? Maybe not the entire party, but some of us.
I will just asterisk, so you don't get this wrong in your notes. They did not mention Halberdune at all. They just said we need to get it to the destination. They didn't say Halberdune.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to revise my notes. My extremely detailed notes.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I heard Halberdune earlier. So never
Oh,
mind.
okay.
heard
I want to
Halberdune, so.
asterisk to you that it's not Halberdune that they said.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
I
I
hicked up, but I'm pretty sure it's not Halberdune.
Okay. The destination.
Halberdune, no mention.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So we
Well-
got 3 brains here, which I hope is enough to not to steal, but at least to learn what kind of like package they're delivering, you know?
Oh, a quick question. Is Avani now uninvisible or no?
Do you want to be uninvisible, Avani?
I guess we could, because there's now if we go back, then because if we go back now, we will just walk past them. It's fine.
Okay.
Because they know they know Avani walked in this in this direction before and just didn't come
Mhm.
back. So like it would make sense if she came back now.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay. You guys are in here. The crates are still there. What do you want to
Mosey
do?
over to the gas mistress.
Not yes,
Yeah.
mistress.
Avani will explain that there's some kind of magical tripwire on the packaging, and I guess maybe Oberon will know something about it.
Yeah.
I will. Well, maybe it wouldn't be enough. I was going to. I guess I could try rolling Arcana, but my Arcana's not high. It's only a +1, so.
I'm +2. How's
Kevin, have you
Avani's
rolled?
Arcana like?
My Arcana is also +2. We could just help
Shall we?
roll somebody. Or help Kevin
Shall
roll,
we-
or help
Yeah,
Oberon
let's
roll,
help
whatever.
Kevin. Let's help Kevin roll. Or we could all just kind of roll too. I don't think we have a time limit going on here, so if one of us doesn't know something, we can try and help the other one.
Are you guys
Um,
being sneaky about this? Are you being quiet?
I think we're being quiet about this because we're doing something very illicit. So
Yeah. just
we are on stealth mode.
The
We're not
sound-
like shouting out loud.
Yeah, the sound of the train like over the tracks is like loud enough that I think like people can't hear you too well from like either side, but also that means you cannot hear well if somebody is coming. So, just heads up.
Okay.
Just a
But
quick
wait,
question.
we-
How is the tripwire
Are we
set
not-
up? Can we like hide behind like these shelves so they don't immediately see us if someone's walking in?
Yeah, you can, but I'll need you to roll if you do.
I actually didn't roll for my advanced scrying slate ass roll today for how many hours of coilnet I get.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that real quick.
Roll for iPad.
Roll
Okay.
for ass.
Ass.
Yeah,
Ass
so-
roll is
Yeah.
5. Okay, you got 5 hours of advanced scrying slate today. Starting from.
Yeah. Okay.
Starting
Yeah.
from.
No, go
now.
ahead. Yeah.
Yep.
Are you googling it now?
I'm googling. I'm googling the.
Trying to find a tutorial video.
Oh my
How to
god.
Listen.
That's a lot for beginners.
That's
Okay. DM. Let me.
Okay.
Let me Google a couple of things.
Okay.
First of all,
No.
I'm Googling Yaris Mistress Ltd company,
Okay.
and anything about what is it specifically their packaging and delivery system and anything like that, and if
Mhm.
possibly specific runes on the crates that Avani noticed.
Mhm.
I also coilnet those as well to see what kind of runes they might be, so if we could get an advantage to our Arcana checks.
Okay. I will ask you to make me an investigation roll with advantage
Okay.
because you're still searching for something on the coilnet, right? Like
Yes.
SEO,
Yeah.
not that great at this time. And this is also a decentralized network, so there's no search engine. You have to like pick around to see if it's in somebody's hub that you know from somebody else's hub, like back in the like how the internet used to be. So it's gonna take some digging.
Yes.
I will say it will take
Okay.
you 15 minutes to look this information up. But you can do me an investigation check, sure.
All right.
Brother. Yeah. Unfortunately,
Don't know.
um
Nothing on the coil net.
yeah, unfortunately, Yaris Mistress Limited, if they have a page, it's not easily accessible to you, at least from the circles of CoilNet that you run in. Same with these runes, not super common, that you've been able to just find them on like some of the more common rune encyclopedia sites. So unfortunately,
Can I roll twice for? Can I roll twice for Yars Mistress and then separately for runes?
okay,
'Cause they
yeah,
would be
okay,
separate.
I'll let you do that. Sure, that's fine.
Okay.
And I will say, because you are you're on your iPad, you're actively like searching for something at this point, this will drain an hour of your battery today, even though it'll take you 15 minutes to do.
Okay.
17. I will let you have a little bit better luck finding the runes. There's
Okay.
no information about how to disarm them, but it does tell you what kind they are and what they are likely to do, what they are like able to set up to do. So these runes are usually used on merchant goods, not surprising, and they have the possibility of doing one of 3 things when breached, depending on what the caster has set. So they have the possibility to alert somebody that a package has been tampered with, and then B, alert somebody and tamper with the package. So like whatever is in here will be destroyed upon like tampering, and then C, blow up.
Oh.
They will explode in an attempt to get rid of the package, get rid of the runes, and then get rid of whoever is trying to mess with the runes.
Okay.
The possibility of each one happening is a little more viable the more you fuck up in trying to disable the runes.
Okay, so the more you tamper with it, the higher the possibility of like basically each level gets.
Yes.
So if you tamper with a little bit, it'll be like option A, and then tamper with it more, it moves to option B, and then
Correct.
tamper with it even more, moves to option C. Okay.
Correct. You also can get from your roll, this is like, this is expensive to have somebody do. Normally when people put runes on goods, if they're a merchant company, they'll just have like some run-of-the-mill like, it'll like snap shut if it's like tampered, or it'll like, you know, it'll like alert somebody. This is like some expensive thing to do, especially given the amount of luggage in this carriage that has all of these runes on it.
Okay, so it's very expensive to do. Very expensive to do. So I share my findings on the coil net with Evan, and I guess Avani's too far away because Avani's just guard watching the door. So I share all of this with Kevin about the runes,
watching the door.
I'm like, So it looks like there's it's a 3-step rune process where if we tamper with a little bit, it'll alert somebody that was tampered with. We keep tampering even after that, it'll alert someone and then destroy the package inside. Then if we keep tampering after that, it will blow up. So my question is, do you really want to see what's inside? Like, you want to have a gander at it? Because if you're down for it, I'm down for it.
I mean, like, there's a lot of packages here. Do all of them have the rune on it?
All of the ones labeled Yaris Mistress Limited do. Yes.
Oh, I thought all of these are Yaris. Yes, Mistress. This packages. Sorry, I keep forgetting the name.
So like everything from, hold on, Albert's struggling. From like halfway in the room onwards is Yaris Mistress Limited. The other half of the room is like regular people luggage. Yes, where
And these are all individually runed?
Yes, they're each package. I would say there's about 24 in various, like, some are crates, some are sacks, but they're all like have this protection rune in one way or another.
Are they all like, are any of them like labeled in any way, like fragile, dangers, etc. you'd see on like a shipment?
No, and give me just like a straight intelligence roll.
Sniffling. 11?
11? I think it's okay. You, Kevin, know that like they all have the same name, Yaris Mistress Limited, and they all have the same runes, but the boxes themselves and the bags are not uniform. There's no same packaging. Even between crates, the style of packaging is different. Almost as if whoever packed this on the train didn't want people like knowing that it was all from one shipment area, like trying to mingle it around to make it look like it's made from different people. And even the like runes and the tags of Yaris Mistress Limited, they're in different parts of each, like they're found in different places on each of the packages. So someone went to the effort to make this look like it was a mix of packages. If you guys had not like gotten the high like look at it, you probably wouldn't have just walked past this and been like, oh, more luggage, cargo, cool.
Would it be easier to undo it on a larger package or to do it on a smaller package?
I think if you were to undo the runes on a smaller package, I think the difficulty would be a little bit easier, but your ability to pick it open, so if you're doing the runes, I think the bigger is easier. If you're doing the like actual like opening of it, I think the smaller is easier. So one will have a better chance than the other depending on which one you're doing.
All of these have warding runes as well as like a physical tripwire.
A physical. They're physically locked. Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes, and it says Avani saw runes and
tripwire, yeah.
tripwire.
The runes are the tripwire.
The runes are the
runes
tripwire.
Are the tripwire.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. That makes more sense. All right. Then I don't know. I mean, I am curious, but also it is other people's property, so up to you. I'm down to give it a gander if you'd like me to.
Putting the moral question over Kevin.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just curious what the deal could be, and it looks like the doors aren't really opening up with the others about it. Let's find just a decent sized package and just try to see what the whole big deal is about. Maybe.
All right. Actually, I'm wondering, can I? Oh, what?
I actually have a quick question. If Cass can I identify? If I try to identify, I can't identify objects through packagings, right?
No, you need to be able to see it, hold it, have it.
Okay.
May I take a look through the Mistress packages and do a quick Arcana check to see if maybe one of them has less Arcana, arcane magic on it than the others? Any one specific one?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check. Sure.
Something, yeah.
Can Kevin help?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so hope it's just advantage, right?
Yes, it's just advantage.
Well, 16.
Okay. Not that it has less Arcana than another, but you find a small,
easier runes specifically.
Okay, that's doable. So you find a sort of briefcase trunk sized box. It's got a kind of complicated looking lock on it. But the runes on it, they're not easier because the runes are mostly standard, but it kind of looks like someone bumped into it or it scraped along a wall, and some of the runes on it have been deactivated or scraped away. So I think it'll be easier to crack this one, but
okay.
And you're not sure if it'll work in alarm or if it might just explode, but this one looks like it's a little less powerful in the rune department at least.
Oberon puts his thinking cap on and he's like, okay, well, I think we can probably assume that the alert for these packages will go to somebody on the train, because otherwise it would be kind of useless. So, Avani, since you're at the doorway, if I fail this, picking this lock or bypassing the lock, I think we should have a plan when somebody comes running, and I think Avani has really high stealth, and there's a lot of trunk and dark nooks and crannies. So as soon as I fail the basically the lock picking check, Avani, maybe you can go and stealth and hide behind a big crate or something. And I look at Kevin and I'm like, well, no more invisibility. So I guess we'll have to pretend to be having a Torrid Triest in the middle, and we just bumped the suitcase over, and we weren't trying to pick it at all, so I guess get ready to take off your clothes.
You could just be rehearsing your next performance in here.
It's true, but I will say this, any acts of extreme overt acts of affection does make people very uncomfortable, and they're more likely to swallow this tale and believe it if we're
That was
looks like
exactly
we were in
the
the middle
same
of
thing, Baron.
Then I nod and
Sure.
of course, Oberon is nodding and is like, yes, of course, my somebody would have, of course, have similar intelligent thoughts as me. Yes. All right.
Oh my
Sure.
god.
What's the
Yeah.
plan? Are we all in agreement?
Sure.
I mean, you already kissed me once today. Why not twice?
And then Oberon nods, gives Kevin a little wink, and all right. So Avani, get ready to stealth behind some big crates if you hear anybody like come rushing down the hallway. If I fail this,
Or C actually,
will-
because she's watching the door.
yeah. And I'm like,
It's feeling like
Kevin, somebody please prepare to start stripping at any moment and climb on top of me. I'm gonna thieves tool this
Wait,
suitcase.
before you do, Kevin's gonna give you a bardic inspiration. It's a 1d8. And also, if you fail this, you can still keep it.
Okay. Wait. can
I'm just gonna give you
the help?
advantage.
Yeah,
help, yeah.
action.
Can I use help
Yeah.
action also?
Okay. Advantage help action plus 1d8. All right, I'm rolling for this. Let's go. And also, yeah, prepare action to strip, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, then 1d8. I almost got a 20. That was so close to a nat 20. And then plus
So 8, 9, 10,
So-
11, so 21. Dirty,
21 total.
dirty 21.
21.
Okay, so you are able to just barely dislodge like some of the tumblers in the lock, and you hear like a click, but it's still like the moment that you hear the click, you see the runes on the right like sort of flare to life. You know that you need to both unlock the package but also disable the magic runes. It is a 2-step process, and then you can feel, you don't hear it, but there is like a gentle like clicking motion happening in the box in your hands after you've opened the top, and it's like kind of like
Okay.
click click
Clicking?
click click
Oh, shit.
click.
Quick question. Would Oberon have knowledge on how to disarm this magic at all, or no?
I think you give me a history check.
Well, okay. Straight
Hey,
history
Kevin,
check.
will-
Straight history, yeah, because of your background. Bitch, you were asleep you were asleep when someone was trying to teach you how to do that. You don't know. You
Kevin's like-
skipped that lesson.
Kevin's like basically on the ground, like, you know, next to me,
Naked.
hearing this click. Kevin, can Kevin make this?
Taking his clothes off.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Kevin, you can try. I will say you have disadvantage because I gave Oberon his. Kevin, actually, I don't think you can do the history check. I think you can do an Arcana check, but you cannot do a history check because that was an Oberon
Okay.
specific check.
Crystal was disadvantage.
It's flat.
I'm giving. Okay.
It's
no
flat.
advantage. No help.
Oh, if you're helping, yeah, sure, go ahead.
I'm helping.
Okay.
I'm like
Yeah, go ahead.
trying to like list off all the magic things I could possibly think of.
13?
13. Is that with advantage? Oh,
Yeah.
brother, you don't know. That thing is ticking away. Like click, 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 and after 5
just
more
go
seconds, it goes click, 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 tss, and then nothing happens. Avani, give me a perception check.
Shit.
Just open it.
Perception. LMAO. Do
Honestly,
I
I
get advantage
thought
because I'm
there's-
watching the door?
Mm-hmm.
No, I said, do I get
Um,
advantage because I'm like watching for it?
I'll give you advantage, sure.
Monica, before Avani can roll, but
Okay.
I forgot to ask for a clarifying mechanic.
Sure.
For the runes that are like worded on this,
Uh-huh.
that the rune do one of 3 things.
Yes.
But then you described it as like a progressive mechanism.
Correct.
So it'd be like, basically when you trigger the rune, it'll do one of A, B, or C.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then it'll stop there. Will it continue from like B to point C or like point A. If you trigger A, B will be triggered.
No, progressive is in the worse you are at rolling to open it, the farther you are from the check, basically, the worse the consequences. You guys were yes. It's not that you get several tries. This thing, you feel like you cannot open it anymore. It is like magically closed, because you failed in like it's triggered whatever first rune there was. You were close, but you were not close enough. If Kevin had rolled a 1, and this was a normal package, I will let you have it. That it might just explode on your head. It just might like blow up. If you had rolled something in the single digits and it was a regular package, it might have like self-destructed inside. But because you rolled a decent but not meeting the check, it's after a few seconds it's not exploding. It could be because that this is the runes on this are defective, so you're not sure why nothing has happened, but it has not blown up on you at the moment.
Okay, so we cannot force it open like Kevin is suggesting in the chat.
Not here. No, not as you are at the moment. As that's happening, Avani, what was your perception? 17? You hear footsteps coming towards you guys. It's 2 sets. Mumbling.
Okay, I'm like
rumbling.
I'm like, it's go time.
Avani will signal to Oberon that people are coming.
Right. I'm like, well,
and
Kevin's
she
coming
will
in here,
hide,
so
I guess.
Yeah, it's showtime. I think Oberon would kick the, like, it's like semi-open, right? Like very tiny crack open.
What is the what?
Suitcase. The suitcase that we were trying to
open. The suitcase? No, it's closed. It's closed.
Oh, it's closed? Okay.
Yeah, the locks are open, but the thing won't open because the runes are still intact.
Active.
Okay.
Can you put the lock back on and we can just lie on top of it?
Oh, okay. I guess Avani will hide in this room, maybe.
The bathroom? Okay. As you like...
She rolled a 24.
I will...
Can Kevin also just use... Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You should say this now before I go.
Okay. And also, can Kevin just, like, do
prestidigitation?
Yes.
Yeah.
To create, like, a just glowing, like, little, like, romantic lights.
Romantic lights?
Oh my god.
So he can use excuse later that maybe his prestidigitation concept was the magical rune. Like, because, it's like having 2, like, radios together fuck up their frequency. Maybe having, like, 2 arcana-related thing is fucking up the lock.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, actually, prestidigitation, does that like radiate? I have light cantrip. I can just do the light cantrip.
I mean, yeah, but like, this is also cantrip.
Oh, okay. But does prestidigitation light things up? I don't know how it works, actually. I just know it cleans things.
Right.
You can make an effect up to... Yeah, it does a bunch of things. So, yeah, you can make an effect of light. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
you do that, and you just barely manage to cast that spell when the door to this like slams open, and both dwarves filter in, and they're like, "Oi, what are you two doing? Those are our packages."
Kevin, I think
is naked.
Kevin like just like top is naked.
Oh my god!
On the ground right now, and just is like a shocked and tries to like fumble for his like clothes to cover up.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh,
guys.
Oberon is like partially like also like like half undressed, like shirt rustled up kind of situation, and I'm like, what is it? The suitcase. Kevin managed to lock it back up, and like we like kicked it or like put it under us, so it was like looked like it was just kind of like rustled under us, like accidentally, right?
It was never open in the first place.
The lock was like turned back on,
Yeah.
locked back on though.
Yeah.
So yeah, what is it? I look at what is it? Kevin's like doing the blushing maiden what is it? Covering his bare chest kind of thing. Oberon is like, in his crazy dwarvish accent at the dwarves, like, "Oi, a little privacy here."
Okay, one of them like covers the other's eyes and then covers their own eyes, and they're like, okay, I mean, like, I didn't mean to interrupt whatever this is, but can you not be canoodling in the we have important merchandise here that you shouldn't be touching about. Don't you have rooms to go back to?
Our rooms are shared rooms. We wanted a little bit more privacy, but seems like we can't even get that on this train.
Both of you, give me a deception check, please.
Can we be helping each other because we're naked and on top, half naked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's go.
Roll for sex lie, I guess.
Roll for sex lie.
Like say 21.
16, 21. Okay. Yeah, the one covering the other's eyes and also his own is just like, I'm going to get out of here before I go get the train attendant. You can't be keep it in your pants, for God's sakes. We're about to get to the stop. Please.
I'm just like
have some
I didn't
decorum.
know that the dwarves in this region are so what is it? They slut shame. Yeah,
Uptight.
True.
Where did you learn your dwarvish from? You've some whorehouse? Like, I've never heard an accent like that before. Full of
We
floozies.
celebrate all of the joys of life, including the pleasurable ones of the body. What is it? Over in oh my god, I'm forgetting my own region's name.
Asbria.
Asbria, yeah.
Yeah, well, you can celebrate it where it is not a public location. Get out of here. I can't have a proper conversation with you with his nipples looking at me like that. Please. Step away from our merchandise.
Yeah, we can't really get out unless you move out of the way, so
Gladly
might
move
not-
out of the
Why don't you
way.
guys give us some privacy? Yeah, why don't you guys give us some privacy, huh?
When you're oogling our stuff, go tell him, Barrelbone, go get the attendant. I don't know what these people are doing here. And then the other dwarf is just like, okay, and then like puts hands over his own eyes and sort of like waddles off to go find the attendant. So he's gonna go get the attendant. If you guys don't,
I'm just like,
Send leave.
there he goes.
Is that guy even just still looking at us?
He's gonna stand here and make sure that you leave the room. Like, he will move out of the way if you leave, but he wants you like to not, like, his merchandise is here. He needs to check it if it's still okay.
right. I'm just looking at Kevin like,
I kind of want to steal like a small package if like to follow like somebody's suggestion, but I don't know if I could.
What?
That would be a sleight of hand, right?
Yeah. If there's like a very small package nearby, I want to see if I can just like
Swipe it.
nick it as I am like dressing up.
This man is staring you.
Well,
His hands are covered, but he's still looking because you both are suspiciously laying on top of his merchandise, naked. You can roll me a sleight of hand.
To do it as you're dressing up?
Yeah, to do as you're
Yeah.
dressing up.
Wait, Kevin, what's your sleight of hand?
5.
Mine's 8, but I've also been rolling like ass, so maybe I'll just give you a help action. I'm like covering Kevin as with my body as I am dressing, and we're just
Flexing your wings.
yeah,
Do I have
flexing my
advantage on
wings,
this roll
my
then?
giant wings.
Privacy.
My God.
I was- Hello.
Oh my god.
Am I rolling this with advantage?
Yeah, you have advantage, sure.
Can I also
Okay.
try?
Oh.
My wings are out. My wings are out, buddy.
Okay, they're out, and you're using it to cover Kevin's naked body that's
I roll
also
like
stealing. Oh my
then-
God. That guy, he, even through your wings, he sees you try to slide that into your hand, and he throws a dagger straight at your hand. Like, just whips it out of his belt, tosses it, and he's like, hands off the merchandise! I knew you were trying to steal something! And he starts stepping towards you.
Kevin's like, what merchandise? And like just drops it, and like I was just using to stand up.
Get your
Perception
grubby
check.
mitts off of my stuff and out of this carriage. I'm going to speak to management. Well, management's coming here. So, and you can hear in the faint distance, like, the stomps are coming back.
I can hear in the
What
faces the sirens.
Oh, yeah, the sirens and my, yeah, there you go. Think of that as your metaphorical cue to get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it? I guess like me and Kevin, like we like usher ourselves out as quickly as possible, but Avani's gonna have to stay hidden in there because that dwarf's not leaving.
Obviously, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's just get out of here. Kevin's up anyway. All right. Getting out.
LMFAO. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Avani left
We're
behind.
just going
like,
Again.
I feel like. Yeah, we're just going back into our cabin.
yeah, because I don't think we can do anything for Avani at this point. I will throw a prayer up to
Yeah.
the gods, though.
You pass by as you like make your way back to the cabin. One of the other dwarf, and he's with Willis, the attendant, or Wella, the attendant. Oh my god, somebody's car alarm's going off. It's driving me insane. Yeah, Wella the attendant, and Wella's like, what is happening? Oh, why is he naked? Oh, and then the dwarf
No,
goes
we
like,
had our clothes on. We have our clothes on. It's
No.
a little bit rumpy,
Yeah.
but we have
Okay.
our clothes on.
okay,
not naked.
that's good. It's good that you're not naked. And then both of them, this dwarf goes back in, and he's going to try to secure things in there with the other dwarf. So they'll be basically recounting all of their stock to make sure it's all in place.
I see.
Yeah, Avani, I think you might have to be stuck in there for a while. Kevin and Oberon, you get back to your quarters. What are you doing again?
Well, nothing much at this point because we've kind of failed on trying to break open the packages. But I
Yeah.
do throw up a prayer to let me see, the Silk and the Stutter
Silk and the
for
Stutter.
Avani. for Avani, who is stuck in there
In the
pray
bathroom.
that she doesn't get caught.
Okay.
Yeah.
Avani, you had a pretty good stealth roll. Roll me a 1d4.
That sounds terrible. Okay.
Ah. Lower is better.
So
Great.
one.
No, that's fine. That's
Oh.
great. So you're only stuck in that bathroom for an hour while these guys are sorting out their stuff. And then eventually,
Do they open it?
huh?
Do they open their stuff while they're checking it though?
They do not. They do not. They
Okay.
seem, you cannot, I'll let you like look through the crack of like the bathroom door. They're not opening it, but they seem to be able to manipulate the runes on the side to check the packages. Or that seems to be something that they're doing. So they take a whole hour. They go through every single package, and then they actually rearrange them back in that sort of like haphazard way, maybe a little more cleaned up now. But they'll after an hour they'll go back to their quarters, back to their spots in the train, and then you can presumably leave after some time has passed.
Okay.
Okay, and if there's nothing else you guys want to do, we can long rest, or...
Yes, long
We're
rest.
supposed to meet Talia at dinner, I think, but
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
True.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk to Talia at dinner, we can go there. So we'll fast forward a little bit. You guys can decompress from your sexcapades, and then the dinner bell rings. Talia comes down from her car to meet with you all at the dinner dining car. You two who are asleep, you can wake up from your long rest. I think the 4 hours has passed. And you can meet everybody in the dining car. Oops, the car moving. I will just say, as you all wake up, Sunmei, you wake up from that dream that pissed you off. And you're like, stupid old guy and stupid stupid keys. Can't believe Kimmy Keys' house. As you like get up and like hop off the bed, you hear like a clatter and like a clink hit the floor.
Oh, I'll go check because I think she was also intending to look for the paper. Doesn't find it, but here's the metal thing, right? So I'm gonna look on the floor, like what just fell.
Yeah, you look on the floor and it like fell, it like rolled underneath the bed with like the movement of the train. And I think we see this image as like everybody like is shuffling off to the dining car. They've all like sort of like walked ahead of you. And you're the last one in your own car to like make your way to dinner. As you like look under the bed and you're like sort of like fishing underneath there, you find the keys. Actually, you find a set of keys on a keyring that's like at this point annoyingly familiar, I think. It's on a chain that you have passed out to hundreds of guests, thousands maybe at this point, but this one is worn, but still like quite well kept. This is the old man's keys. They're in your hands, and attached to them is like a little like a little ribbon tied to the side, and you can see the text on it, and it just says like to open doors when you need, and like a little winky face, like a drawing of a winky face. It's really ugly. It's like lopsided. It's not cute.
Yeah, because I think she knows that he's never ever got a real boy can't draw.
Yeah, it's not
like, oh my god. And for a moment it's like the guy's feet. They can open shit whenever they want. Completely unknowing to the fact that they just failed at opening the thing they wanted to open.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's too
I
bad.
think she's gonna pocket it for the time being.
Yep. Yeah, so you pocket that, and you can make your way to dinner, and I think we'll end the session with you walking into the dining car with everybody else. Talia's there with left and right, and you guys are having a boisterous dinner as the car rolls along into the night. And that's where our session will end today. Yay! Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Yay.